Howdly doodly, every prony. We are drama frogging today on a situation that is mostly, it's sort of, as far as I understand, on its way to being resolved. But if you're in a similar position to where I am, where there was a lot of drama going on, and you weren't really sure like what actually happened, then that's kind of what I'm going to do today, is that I just want to read as much as possible to get it all into one place. Arch, who was with me on Ponytown, is put together a doc that we can go over, and we'll, if you don't want to have to sit down and actually read it yourself, then we will be here reading it for you. That's kind of the point of this. No hot takes or anything, or at least I don't have any hot takes about it, because I will be learning about all of this in real time right now. So that is where we're at. I think we've got Arch on VC right now.
Oh, that you do.
Okay, so Arch is here.
Yeah.
On Ponytown, I'm gonna switch to my streaming setup. I've got my little headphones and my hoodie, and we're ready to do this thing. So let us start with Arch put a video out called Makenshi Exposed the Real Fake Brony Simon's Testimony, and we're gonna look over. I'm gonna watch it over at 1.5 speed, and if you feel the need to Arch, that is, if you feel the need to add context or to like have a comment on it, just feel free to jump in and I will pause it just the exact same way as we were doing a slaughtering stream going over music. Cool?
I would recommend 125.
Oh, okay, we will go 125 then.
If before this begins, Phil, if I may say one thing to the crowd that is watching right now. Obviously, as Stallion put it, the situation is very close to being resolved. But if there are more testimonies, or if you have a story to tell, or somebody has a story to tell, don't be afraid to come forward. You were heard, you were listened to, and you are not alone. That's all I wanted to say. Also, hello, Gargot. You were awesome, bro. Gargle just joined it on the table. That's all.
Alrighty. Okay, we're gonna play in this video. Here we go. Makenshi exposed the real fake brony Simon's testimony.
I take nothing back about the title, by the way. I know it's kind of cringe, but
no, I understand what you're saying.
So, you can hear it from the man himself. I'll let him do the work mostly, but I'll just ask the questions, so you can hear loud and clearly. I want to start this off by saying thank you for doing this. I know it can be really nerve-wracking, and I know it's it hurt me a lot. It really hurt you a lot, as you can see from the screenshots. But I'm proud of you for telling your story, and I promise that I'll do you good, man. It's yeah. So first things first, I have your permission to share this, right?
Yes, you have my permission to share this audio, share the screenshots, share everything.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yes.
And
can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this is not really that important, but the reason I asked for Simon's permission is because, like, look, we know each other, we're close, but like the Netherlands is like a two-party consent state, and just so nothing is fake about it, and just so everybody knows that it's all legit, and Simon is fully aware of this, that this recording happened. That's all I wanted to say.
All right, I gotcha.
There will be a Google Drive where all the screenshots and stuff will be posted, so people can read them for themselves. But like in the video, I will ensure that the ones posted are also censored, because there are some sensitive words that you prefer not to be public, correct?
Yes, there is. Mostly in the one final message, there is a sentence that I asked Art to block out because I said some stuff in that sentence that about myself personally, that I don't necessarily want on the record.
Okay. No, that's completely cool. That's and lastly, how are you currently feeling? How are you looking back at this?
Looking back at this, I still feel hurt. Like, there's no two ways about it. Looking back at this, I still feel incredibly pained and incredibly hurt by the stuff that happened, and essentially that was a very rough time in my life. A lot of people probably don't see quite the angle I have as a writer myself, but it did hit me really hard, especially when slowly things started to show up that didn't really connect to what I've always been told, and when it made click, that was the point when I realized that something was wrong. Then was the point when through DMs I started talking. I mean, the screenshots are gonna be in the video, so yeah. That's the point where I kind of started talking to him in person over DMs, and through his answers, that was when I kind of realized that something was really, really off and something was wrong. And from there on, the situation developed, and we all know how this ended. I mean, depending on where in the video this audio recording is going to be, it won't surprise anyone to learn. Yes, Makenshi's gone from HMH. By the time this video goes out, he's probably been gone for a while. And
Did real quick, did Makenshi delete his Twitter account?
Not that I'm aware of. As far as I know, he's still on Twitter. It's been a while since I tagged info. I also sent him a DM, but the thing is, Phil, I was about to interject. That's but yeah, you know, like
Okay.
So what Simon is trying to say in the video? He's talking about like that something was off, you know, signs were really wrong and everything. That is correct. Now, knowing what I know now, I can say, you know, I'm not gonna publicize everything just yet. I'll leave it to the people who were involved in the situation to come forward themselves. So I'm not gonna. So for their respect and on their behalf, I'm not gonna post anything. But I will say that stuff goes back to 2018, and this was all when we were still kind of unaware about it and everything. Perhaps this has been going longer than most expected. But what Simon also is referring to is the thing that happened between Horse Music Herald, and that was also the reason why that day a lot of people came forward about Horse Music Herald, you know, like because there was a huge problem with the writers. Oh, that being said, Simon is one of the writers. Horse Music Herald, he's the best one at it, may I add, together with DrakeEmber.
Okay.
Amazing people. They also have delivered testimonies. And the reason for that was because well, we'll definitely delve into that into the screenshots. I also have those at the ready for you.
Okay.
But I have to admit, I'm kind of nervous, so apologies if I stumble a lot. But
No, you're okay.
Yeah,
You're good. All right.
I appreciate it. Yeah, but yeah, you know, there's just to let people know this has been going on for a while.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to show. There's a lot to tell, and yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what else Simon has to say.
And yes, we did also try to get him off of Equestria Daily. I'm going to be straightforward with that. Yes, we did try that. No, it did not work. Because I can't give a reason why it did not work, because I'm not the one in charge of PQD. So looking back now, I'm mostly pained at what he did, and I'm still a bit hurt by the reaction some people have had to finding out what all was going on. I mean, people like me were shocked. Some people were waiting to see how it develops, which is, for the record, totally fine. If people want to see how it develops, then maybe there's some new development that happens in the future. I completely understand that, but then there was some people who just didn't see the problem or refused to see the problem. And
can I interject?
when this all goes out.
You go ahead, Red.
Okay, so Simon mentions an email you know, like a thing regarding Makenshi removal for EQD. This is correct. We have a lot of musicians having come forward. That I'm not gonna name everybody, but I can assure you that I'm a part of it. Simon is a part of it. Look Rock, Koa, Melody Brony, and Nevermore.
Okay.
Yep.
And so, yeah, as far as I understand, they were having a problem with EQD, and they were trying to get him removed from the EQD writing staff. Is that my understanding? Or am I understanding correctly?
Yes, that is correct. A lot of writers and a lot of musicians, and even some head organizers of Ponies at Dawn, you know, they all together, they wrote an email together with Look Rock, and they sent it to Sethisto to inform them about the situation and put forward a motion of distrust. And they were already, you know, Sethisto already like evidence was provided to Sethisto, but we assumed that nothing was done with it since like, but the reason for that was because Sethisto was not fully aware of the situation and he thought it was already sorted. But I want to be clear. That is because that is the reason why you saw me tweet about like I had a call with Sethisto. That call took place. I'm currently in a group chat with Sethisto. But yeah, you know, this was back then when the email was sent and not many. Yeah, this was just to like have Simon tell the story in case this would go loud, you know, because this has been I can assure you, Stellian, this has been going on for a while. And we thought that, like, you know, we're not going to be the ones to do this type of stuff. That being said, I wanted to blow the lid. I'm not going to deflect away from that, but I think, you know, I listened to the advice of my friends and just waited it out, you know. And the a Christian Daily article that was posted, where a meme song was hijacked by Makenshi and pretty much perverted the message of it. That was basically the final straw, which led to this situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess okay. Yeah, we'll get to it. Altius Volantis in chat says, I guess I just need to hear more about that. And we will. Yeah, we're only like 15 minutes into it, so.
Altius Volantis.
Oh,
Hey, what up, Altius?
Okay.
Oh, that being said, chat, if you have any questions, I cannot watch the YouTube video, but I'll have either maybe Sol or Stellian can watch the comments for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them, and I'm ready to answer them for you. If you guys
chat's asking where you're from.
A lot of people think I'm from Boston, but I'm from the Netherlands actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
In other words, I'm from Germany. Don't write. That's.
All right.
Problem, see how much it hurt, and I really hope they see that so much has been wrong for so long in this fandom, and we finally need to fix this boy. I'm sorry, Archer, I'm dropping
No, it's okay.
the sensor, but
It's okay.
I hope when this video drops, there will be a snap boom going through the fandom, and people finally wake up and see the bull this man has put out and see the bullshit he's been subjecting artists and us writers to. And I really hope that this video can do what we're trying to do for all this time.
I promise you that I'll do my best, and your story will be told, man. And you know, despite everything that he tries, all the emotional manipulation, everybody will know who is the real fake friend between us and the real fake brony. I never wanted to do any of this either, but the world will know, and I will not, you know, let this be a message to those as well. I will not be silenced. It's not gonna happen. It's I thank you as well for telling your story, and it will be told, man. I promise you that. You're welcome, man. Before this recording stops, well, is there anything you wish to say directly to Makenshi?
I've said everything. To say to him, and if after all this he doesn't realize, is then all hope is lost for him.
Are you okay?
I'm as okay as I can be talking about this. It still goes close, especially now the memories floating back from the day that it was not made public to people, so a lot of people probably didn't know, and I'm not sure if you mentioned it in the video before, because this recording is being made way in advance, but there was a time where I just woke up one day and found out the HMA show was gone. I was essentially kicked by Makenshi, and the site still means a lot to me. It meant a lot to me back then, and finding out I was kicked essentially without warning was heart-wrenching, and remembering it is still very heart-wrenching right now.
I know exactly.
Can I
how you feel,
interject?
man. It's
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. I knew you were gonna play this video, right? I knew. But you know, I was kind of preparing myself. What am I gonna say, right? I had like a. But the funny thing is, no, it's actually not funny. Sorry. What I'm trying to say is when we decided to do this video, we had like already like kind of written down like what each one wanted to say, right? And Simon breaking down this call right now. This is the whole reason I did this testimony. I wanted everyone to see how serious and how impactful this situation is. and why it hurt so many people, including myself, to see, you know, because you have to remember this. I don't want. This is not about me. Okay, I did this for the community. No, we
Right.
did this. Sorry. No. Fuck the ego stroke. We did this. Okay.
Right. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. But I just, you know, the Simon crying is I did the testimony for this reason, because people have to see how serious and how impactful the situation is. You have to remember, Makenshi is the same person that talked all this stuff about loving the fandom and the passion, you know, and the brony way and all that. And I was one of the few actually that took him on the BronyCon stage together with friends of mine, you know, who planned this out together. And
Right. I
to
remember
see
that.
yeah, to see that perverted and just destroyed, and that does hurt, you know. We love this person. Part of me still wants to love him, but I also know what, you know, he doesn't have, you know, I'm gonna be frank with you, Stelly. He doesn't have to knock on my door anymore. That's but you know, if he can figure himself out, good on him, you know. But as long as this shows that like the situation is more impactful than most people realize, and they're serious, because you have to remember, Horse Music Herald did a lot for Simon. Okay, Simon really cares about the scene. He isn't just. It's not just like, oh, new cool song, I'm gonna. No, he cares about the artist. He cares about the tunes. He cares. Okay, this dude knows what he's doing, and I find it insulting that he was kicked basically for doing essentially what the Makenshi would have done. You know, speak up for the community, and
Right.
yeah, that's all I had to say. I have to admit, folks, to the chat. I admit I am an emotional person, but don't be afraid to call me out for that. Okay? If
Okay.
I have some trouble with talking and all that, but I'm willing to explain everything with the best of my abilities. That's yeah. That's all I wanted to say. Yeah.
I got you. Velvet in chat says, you know, for a long time I was sure that I was the reason of shadow bans. Like, he lost it after I stopped friendship in November of 2019, so I was blaming myself for every person being shadow banned. Okay.
Oh, Velvet, darling, listen to me. It's not on you, okay? This. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know either. A lot of us don't know what happened. But the thing, however, is whatever happened, whatever got him to this point, none of it serves as an excuse to how he's been treating us, you know. And you spoke up for yourself. You spoke up for your friend. You did nothing wrong. You have nothing to blame yourself for. And chat, do me a favor. Place hard emotes for Velvet in the chat.
Okay. So let's finish this out real quick.
Yeah. Let's.
The way he treated me, and you know, you have to remember, I was one of the people who got him on the BronyCon stage, and you know, my only crime here as well was just. Well, I think you'll hear it throughout the video, but I completely know how you feel, man, and I want you to know that there are people who care, Simon. I care about you. You can always contact me. You can always contact all the people around you. You are not alone in this, and I know it may be very tough right now, and I'm sorry for putting you in this position if I do that. I'm really sorry.
No, it's not your fault. I'm happy I get to talk about the situation. It's just the pain from that time is still lingering.
Yeah. No, I completely feel you, man, and I will make sure that your story will be told and that you will be heard and seen, man. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for everything you've done for Horse Music Herald, and that what you will continue to do. And I look forward to your articles, man. They're always a joy to read, and for many other people, I'm 100% sure that they as well enjoy it. We all love you, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, it really means a lot to me.
No, thank you, man. Thank you.
Okay. The full verdict is the evidence and such provided by Simon can be found in the description below. Okay, yeah, I've already got those links open.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
If
was who was
if I
Simon again?
Simon is on Discord. He's known as SE lowest score 1909, but he's better known as the Mad Hatter Brony. He's
Oh, okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about then. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know who that is.
If I also may clarify about the sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Okay. If I also may clarify about this thing, the idea behind this video actually was because this was actually uploaded around February. The idea of it was this would have been like uploaded after the exposed video was on, but knowing what happened now and such, and the people who talked me out of it, like, hey, don't go public just yet. You know, that is the reason why you have this description. That's yeah.
I understand.
Yep.
Okay. So we are we are looking at a Google Drive now. I'm sharing my screen with you, correct?
Yeah, I could see
Okay.
everything.
Just making sure that I was, yeah. So where do we want to start? His authority on HMH. I think this is the beginning
no.
of it, or
Oh, I have to say that's. I have to admit that's always kind of a weird question regarding the beginning because, look, for me, it began for people like a long time ago already, but for other people, oh, sorry, I'm saying that wrong. For other people, it began like a long time ago already, but for me, it only began in like 2021. So,
Right.
but I can show where it began for me, folks. Let me put up the Google file real quick. Let me put it out 1 second.
Okay. While you're preparing, I've got a thread from Velvet. Says, okay, I slept on it and here's my story. It is too personal, so the names of people who don't want to get hurt, who don't want to get hurt are covered. It is the redacted screenshot of the message I sent in February when was asked to tell that story. And this screen cap says it happened around 2018 to 2019. And there was a normal friendship with a normal Makenshi. He had two close friends, blank, who I guess is still his friend, and blank, that person I wanted to protect, and Makenshi claimed it was his favorite musician. Somewhere at that point, he became the person responsible for music at EQD. I don't really remember, so he posted there everyone who was his friend, including all of us. I thought good of him because at some point, he really helped my sibling, and that is the only thing I'm still grateful for. Just a real quick aside, I'm the same. Oh, I'm sorry. Velvet in chat says January, and it was a derp. Okay. But I would say that that was my impression of Makenshi for the longest time. Like, I really liked the guy. And so all of this is really kind of shocking to me to all come out. It's like, what? And so it's difficult for me for that reason. But anyway, then
I want you to know for
Okay, go ahead.
Stallion.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupt. Sorry.
You're all right.
I want you to know for Charlotte. It's it's completely understandable. You know, like, look, Makenshi was like my best friend to me. Okay,
Right.
like we had so much in common with ponies and all that stuff. You know, so it's okay. You know, like just let it sink in. Feel free to take in anything you want. You know, that's yeah.
Okay, so continuing, then Blank and I got closer, and either Makenshi started to get jealous or something else. He commented a lot on what happened between us. At some point, I was feeling disgusted and somewhat fetishized by him, so one day I just blocked him everywhere without explanations. I guess half a year later, I realized that my life without him was actually much better, and I promised to come back. I came back with a message that I am not mad at him, but I don't want him to call me his friend because that would make me feel uncomfortable. The response I got was passive-aggressive at least. Actually, let me see if I have the screenshots anywhere. No, I removed them a long time ago, but basically acted like I must be his friend and as if I owed him a lot of money, which was surprising. Then half a year later, I found out that Blank also cut contacts with him because he was getting too clingy towards her, and that is how we both stopped being featured on EQD forever. Second tweet is, our last conversation ever. Will not fit in one tweet. Long story short, I was basically gaslighted into thinking I'm the only one who has any problems with him, so I decided to put an end to this. Velvet in chat says we all liked him, just something started to seem off at some point. That seems to be the impression. Are you guys on Ponytown? Yes. I'm doing emotes on Ponytown because people like it, I guess. I don't know. It makes a good companion to streams.
Yeah. If I may interject for one moment, Phil, sorry.
Okay.
I want to go back to where Velvet says, I was basically gaslighted into thinking I'm the only one who has any problems with him.
Okay.
No, now that I think of it, I think that as well is the reason why Makenshi started shadow banning people. Not necessarily saying that Velvet is like, you know, the main reason of it, but more like what I'm trying to say is like, because back in 2021, you know, when this started for me, again, she made a comment, and let me pull it up actually. Yeah, I'll quote. Makenshi quoted, you know, because we all know how Makenshi thinks and feels about music, right? And also how he feels about fandom with the passion and like, yeah, standing up for the fandom and everything. He made a tweet where he was basically down talking some people, and the fandom spoke up against that. You know, there were like two big musicians. I'm not gonna name them. For the sake, I don't know if they want to come forward. I'll leave that up to them. So that's why I'm keeping them anonymous. What they made a tweet, they made a retweet about it, and basically, you know, a lot of other musicians started coming forward. I think now that I think of it, what Velvet was saying here, I think that kind of shattered his illusion, kind of, because I also DM'd him, you know, and yeah. Speaking of which, the map is ready, by the way, but keep that sentence in mind definitely, folks, because we'll go back to that later. There's something you really need to see about that. That's
Okay.
yeah.
So these are DMs between Velvet. This is what we're looking at now. Is that we're looking at DMs between Velvet and Makenshi. It says, some people, this is from Velvet. Velvet says, some people think that I should put an end to this misunderstanding, so I am here. And I'm going to be honest now. I'm not mad at you, but I also think that there is no friendship between us to restore. It's just some people don't go together. Sorry if I hurt your feelings. I wish you the best. Makenshi. May I know why you think we don't go together? Was it something I said? Maybe it could all be a misunderstanding. Please tell me the reason. Velvet. It's just the feeling I have. I acknowledge that you're a nice person and you're doing a lot of good things for other people, my brother, but not for me. Makenshi, what did I do bad, or what bad did I do to you? Velvet, it's not about what you did, it's about what I did. Makenshi, if I did nothing bad to you, then why don't you want to be friends? Can't we just start over like how it was before? I ask nothing but that. If there is something troubling you about what you did, can you talk to me about it if you want to? But so far, I see nothing that would make a friendship impossible. So I'd really like to know why you don't want us to be friends. I'm so confused. Oh, whoa. Next message from Makenshi. And it's okay if you don't feel anything for me, LOL. I know my feelings are pretty much one-sided anyway, but yeah, we can still be friends like before. It really is not that difficult. .. I liked it with how we talked from time to time, but as you noticed, I'm not the kind of person who would spam you with messages, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. On April 3rd, 2020, Velvet responds, nothing ever can be like it was before. How can you not understand it? I don't want us to be friends because we never were friends in the first place. Makenshi, we had a few discussions. You gifted me things. How could this not count as being friends? Do you have a different definition of friendship? Even if we didn't talk often, what we did before was enough for me to call you my friend, .. Well, I consider every pony in the community as my friend. If you don't want to call me your friend, then fine, whatever. I just wish we could be cool again. Velvet, I think we already are. I don't understand what else do you need from me. You're much better without having me in your life, just like everyone else. And then the next tweet was deleted. But
Yeah,
it was recreated later. So
yeah,
like she had to re-edit it because she forgot to blur some names.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's somewhere down there. Like if you open the thread. Oh yes, 3 fixed and re-uploaded.
Okay.
The one below.
So
Yeah.
3 fixed and re-uploaded. What the fuck part am I being pressured into friendship and progressively breaking down? Holy crap! A very long message from.
Yes, that's how he reacted to that. Like when you say something like, "Sorry, dude, I disagree with you. Let's just don't be friends. Let's just keep it cool. Let's just remain strangers." And he writes a whole long ass paragraph about like, but I don't understand. This might be a and it's all just a long ass paragraph. So okay.
Okay, so he says, I'm sorry, I clicked out. Okay, so it says, quote, I think we already are. I don't understand what else do you need from me. And he responds to this by saying, maybe you acting like someone who's cool with me, like acting normally and not saying things like, we don't go together, etc. XD. Like, I don't know, that really sounded like someone wanting to cut ties with me. If all is fine, then why didn't you just say, hey, what's up, or something, carrot, or whatever that emote is supposed to be. Anyway, but yeah, when you have a few discussions with someone, gift them things and then block them, then unblock them but not follow back, then say absolutely nothing for months, not taking just 2 seconds to send a little message to say that all is fine again, then it is really awkward and I'm left wondering what is going on, if you're still cool with me or not. Like, if you block someone you talked to before, someone who is caring for you, and then don't talk to them again to let them know if everything is fine again, then you're really making that person worry. I do hope you understand that. Emote.
Can I just say, sorry if I
Go
interrupt,
ahead.
Stallion,
You're
but
good.
can I just say, knowing what we know now, that sounds so fucking rich coming from him.
Oh,
That
really?
sounds so incredibly rich. Look, dude, when that tweet was, as I mentioned earlier, when that tweet with those musicians was going on, and the fandom kind of started coming forward, like, hey, Makenshi, we love you, but you're kind of in the wrong on this.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that stuff. I'm like, yo, yeah, that's kind of, the fandom isn't wrong, but I'm gonna still check up on my friend,
Right.
And we had a conversation. Yeah, those are in the docs as well, by the way. I long story short, I asked him like, hey, are you okay and all this or that, if do you want me to talk to some people, like, hey, maybe this is just like you say, a misunderstanding and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had some talks and I was like, oh, well, shit, these people aren't wrong. They do have a point. And I explained that to Makenshi, like, yeah, as a representative of this fandom, the fandom is telling you that it's wrong and everything, but the misunderstanding is not on them, it's on you. And the stuff that I received in my DMs, only to be ghosted afterwards and everything,
Mm-hmm.
Makenshi knows me. He knows that, like, but no, actually, I'll save that for later. But I just wanted to point out this is incredibly rich coming from him, and with everything that I'm about to show you. That's yeah, it's if anything, when someone tells you like, hey, I don't want you to contact anymore. I know it might be a hard thing to take in, but guys, take this as an example. This is not what you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this I'll even go as far to say, I'm incel vibes, man. Jesus,
All right. Jikro in chat says, let's play a game. Count how many time Makenshi apologies for something. I didn't pay attention to the specific detail reading back then. I don't just mean here, but in all the screens of everyone. Count the number of times. And then take a shot, I guess. I don't know. Ugh. Okay, so we're back to...
who?
Oh, incelism. Okay, so continuing where we left off. He says, I do hope you understand that. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, sorry. Jigro, I gotta go to the cinema on a view with a friend of mine, man. Don't do this to me, dog. I want to see the Batman sober, bro. Don't do this to me.
Okay.
Oh.
All right, so picking up where we left off. It says, it's just common sense to say something after all that, even if you don't care about me or my feelings at all. It's just the proper thing to do, at least out of respect for me. So that's what I needed. Something as simple as, hey, what's up? I'm good again. I didn't expect such a message as the one you sent XD. You're much better without having me in your life, just like everyone else. It's a quote. And then he's responding to that quote. Are you depressed right now? That would explain all this and why you're acting like this. I'm not sure what to say to help, but in any case, know that I care for every pony, and yes, I'm better with you in your life. Now, just a quick aside note, okay? When I've been through moments where I was fighting with lots of bronies all at the same time, and people trying to diagnose you is the most annoying fucking thing on the planet, and it just sets me the fuck off. So, like, I would understand.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, where were we at? Better. Yes, I was. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt. Sorry, but that's the thing as well. That's always what he does as well. You know, like you want to know what's the thing with Makenshi as well? When like kind of showcase like, hey, I'm kind of not having your bullshit, but you say it in a nice way, right? He immediately go on as well about like, no, it's my right, you know, like when he ghosts you and all this stuff, he'll say like, no, it's my right to safeguard my mental health and everything, like a painful reminder and all that. Bro, look, I'm trying to be nice in the stream, right? I like you, Stallion, but Makenshi, if you're watching this, shut your fucking hole. Shut your fucking hole, okay? Just, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, let's pick up where we left off. But in any case, know that I care for every pony, and yes, I am better with you in your life. Everyone matters, and just like right now, when I'm struggling to understand why you're acting like this, I still try to understand, and I care. That is a proof that you are worth it, else I wouldn't do this. It's okay if you don't want to have a discussion about it. It's okay if you don't want to have a discussion about it with me, though. But I don't want to be a bother. But yeah, it would be cool to get a sign from you that all is fine again, if it really is. Correction, better with you in my life.
Velvet told Makenshi 4 times, I don't know, but it's definitely a certain amount of times. I do not want to talk to you.
Yeah, Velvet says, you never cared about me. Please stop it. No one ever did. And please stop bothering blank about it. She had enough of my shit already. I just wanted to put an end to this misunderstanding once and for good. And Makenshi replies, okay, you're obviously depressed right now. Yes, I do very much care about you. And if you can't even see that blank is caring about you, then the situation is really bad right now. I wish I could help, but maybe it's not my place. So I just hope that you will feel better soon and come back to your senses. I'll be here. For now, you're definitely doing the opposite. This is the ending the misunderstanding once and for good. For now, you're definitely doing the opposite, as you're showing that you're not in a normal condition and don't make sense right now. I wanted to be reassured that everything is back to normal, and yet it seems to be very, very bad right now, so I am definitely not reassured. Get better soon, and when you feel better, just hit me up or share something with me or whatever. Anything just to tell me that all is fine. And again, it doesn't have to be complicated. Just get better soon. I really hope things go better and you can start seeing how people care for you again. And then Velvet says, actually, the reason why I don't follow you is simple. I don't like the stuff you post, and my mental state is none of your concerns. We're not that emotionally close, and I want it to stay this way. Which is a completely reasonable request to make of somebody, in my opinion. Because we've been there, you know, people I'm cool with, and I just don't like their posts, you know. Anyway, so
but the thing is, for Stallion, for this completely valid reason, she got shadow banned.
Oh,
Velvet got shadow banned
from EQD or HT or
both.
HMH. Oh, both.
Both, yeah. All because Velvet was not having her bull. Yeah, sorry. All because Velvet was not having Makenshi's bullshit.
Yeah.
All because of that.
So let Soulstrings speak real quick.
So, as far as I understand, first, before Makenshi, took over the whole HMH under himself, under his, lead, and, kicked all the other admins who disagreed with them. So he shadow banned her on EQD and everything she was making, alone or with Illumination. And then the shadow ban extended to HMH, as far as I understand it. And there might be a reason for some other musicians to be shadow banned on EQD because they collabed with Velvet, and so he tried to avoid any mentions of Velvet, if she's credited anywhere, in the title, in the description, or anywhere else, he just won't post the song. Even if it doesn't come directly from Velvet. So it got that bad.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is That is like psycho shit. Not gonna lie to you. So the
And that
last
is-
tweet in the thread says, "To that person who is still his friend, I'm sorry you have to read all of this. I wish I could give you more support and be a better friend, and I really wish you the best." End of thread. Yeah, that would. That's not good. That's not good at all. Okay, so that was the Velvet thread.
That's exactly why I need you right now to go to the map. Because
Okay.
I want you. There are specific words, right? Like it's a misunderstanding, like mental health and all that.
Where should I go?
What Makenshi did wrong to MC Arch,
Okay.
and I'll guide you on from there. That's okay. So what happened here? This was during the time when the tweet was going on where a big musician called Makenshi out. Okay, and but in a good, supportive way, and the fandom was sticking with that person, because and especially as you have to remember, Makenshi was in the top music writing position for Agrestia Daily.
Right.
Thinking of representing how the fandom thinks and feels was literally his job.
Right.
But even outside of that, the way he approaches me in this, and the way you know what, maybe there are some things in the message that, let's just read it. I'll let you read it. You can see for yourself. But I want you again to pay close attention to the words. It's a misunderstanding, or it's and I warn you, Fostellian, it's a long read.
Yeah. So when you texted, I don't know, messaged him here, you said, "Hugs, you doing all right?" Do you want to provide context for why you were checking in with him?
Yeah, because again, this was during the tweet when that tweet was going on, and Makenshi was like commenting over and over again to people like, "No, you're misunderstanding you misunderstand my intent and all."
Oh, okay, I got you. This was in response. Are you hearing that thunder? Hang on, I'm gonna close the window.
Yeah, that's the rage. What you hear right now is the rage that I.
Yes, Arch is in control of the weather, and he is over here just giving it to us. It's been a wild, the weather's really, really fucking crazy right now. Anyway,
right.
we are back to reading. Okay, so Arch. Hugs, you doing all right? Just checking in on your fam. Makenshi, hugs back. Thank you so much for checking up on me, bro. I appreciate it, heart. I'm managing better than the last time something like this happened, and this is not nearly as bad as the previous times. But still, it's certainly depressing, and it makes me reflect on the state of the world and the community. Most people, at least on Twitter, either won't care or will downright go against you, misunderstanding me despite all I did and my clear intents going against me, refusing to fix things when I tell them they misunderstood. People enjoy their drama, like always, sadly. True. But anyway, I sent a PM to Koa telling her about the misunderstanding and asking to remove the tweets that are slandering me and my intents. And I got no reply so far. And this is actually the fourth time that Koa ignores one of my PMs, so I'm not surprised she would be like that and slander me on Twitter. But yeah, the people standing by my side are rare. It's like everyone is either not caring or taking the chance to go against me. Well, there's nothing I can do about that. I also wonder what I should make out of this. And do you have that Koa thread?
I do actually.
Okay. Let me switch. Let me switch to my alt account really quick because she has me blocked.
Wait,
but
Koa blocked you?
Yeah, she blocked me a long time ago, and it's okay. It's not a big
That's
deal.
beside the point.
Yeah, I'm super not worried about it.
Oh no, okay, but just curious. It's
Yeah, so just drop it in the stream text real quick, and we'll check that out for context of whatever Makenshi's talking about here.
I will warn you, Fo, that it's like it's quite the read as well.
That's fine.
Yeah. So
yeah, just drop it in stream text.
yeah, I'll just place them one by one because Discord's being Discord. So,
Right. You place it on where now?
Yeah, I'll place them in the I'll place them in the chat.
It's a screen cap. Give me a link to it, buddy.
Oh, a link. Oh,
Yeah. That's what I was
sure,
saying.
sure.
I was saying I was going to switch over to my alt real quick, so I could.
Oh,
we
okay.
can just pull it up. Yeah.
No, I got you. Let me just. Well, in the meantime, Fo, maybe you can read like the rest of the screenshots. I'll look for the tweet in the meantime. It's
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Here. At Koa, and it says something about implications or whatever. Oh wait, that's not what I wanted. At Koa, implications should be easy to no. What was you post that screen cap again? It'll be super easy to find it. Oh, I'm posting the wrong at. It's Koa like pony or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah, KoaPony, and the one of the words was implication. There it is.
The implication in this tweet are horrendous.
Okay,
That's,
so he said, oh no, Spin Scissor says, I do what I do because of my love for the fandom. It's not about recognition. It's not about being in the spotlight. I would rather remain an amateur in everyone's eyes forever than let my passion die over musical perfection and the meaningless pursuit of validation. And Makenshi says, so very well said. Yeah, an amateur is actually a quality in my eyes. What I'm into in communities of fans is actually all the amateur fan works made with passion and love to pay tribute to characters, episodes, etc. with the means that you have. Keep up the spirit, heart. And then Koa quote tweet says, the implications in this tweet are horrendous. Someone getting good at making music to the point that they sound professional should be the very obvious indicator of their passion, and with all due respect, sounding amateur doesn't make the creator any more passionate than a pro. It is my belief that these sorts of thoughts are at least partially rooted in nostalgia for early fandom music, the belief that Beyond Her Garden and September were as good as we were ever going to get, despite the fact that fandom musicians have since vastly improved. It's one thing to be an avid supporter of amateur musicians and to encourage them to keep making and polish their craft. It's another thing to imply that everyone who is no longer an amateur is soulless, and perhaps also that remaining amateur is ideal. And we have a few replies, but we're going to jump back over to the that is the context, I guess, of this, of what he's telling you here. And Nevermorn says it's a little
if I may,
harsh. Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. If I may interject on this part, the gist of it is that like a lot of people came forward, myself included. They were all saying like, "Hey, look, Makenshi, we do love you," but you know, some were a bit more harsh than others, you know. But a lot of people still held back, you know, because we loved Makenshi.
Right.
Okay, and the thing just is, when that tweet went down, you know, and people were rationally explaining to him, you know, what the implications are and everything, he basically did the same thing like as Jigro pointed out and as Soul Strings pointed out. It's a misunderstanding and everything, and just constantly deflecting away and just even going as far like, and for the record as well, before I stumble on words, I'm not gonna go public with what I'm about to tell you regarding the screenshots and everything. I'll leave that to the individual herself to do so.
Okay.
But I have read the screenshots. I have seen what went on before this, and I just want to point out Koa had every single right to ignore Makenshi.
Mm-hmm.
Every last one. Makenshi was, Koa was completely in the right.
Is the only thing Makenshi did wrong is shadow banning. He's an opinion journalist, right? So he reports on what is up to him as employer. What if he just doesn't like the music, so he doesn't post it? That's kind of what we're getting at here, or is what the case that it appears to be, is that it wasn't that he was doing an opinion journalism thing. He was using his personal problems with people to try to get them banned from being talked about on like Equestria Daily or Horse Music Herald. It wasn't that he was not choosing to write about this. It was that he was actively trying to prevent these people from being promoted. That's the issue.
Yes.
Or at least
the
that's
thing is
my
that-
understanding so far.
Yeah. That's definitely one of the things that went down. Yeah.
My story has nothing to
That's
do with my music, and I'm still banned. Yeah, it was right. It has nothing to do with the music. As far as I understand, he was blowing up kind of really innocuous personal slights and then trying to keep people from being promoted by the big central horse music groups like Horse Music Herald and Equestria Daily. Let's see here. Nevermorn says, it's a little harsh, but the words ring true. Sometimes you have to step away. I don't really know what that's in reference to. But Makenshi says, like, should I really get the fuck off and, quote, step away? And what would that entail exactly? Arch says, I'm sorry to hear that. I do think I gotta check everything that was said before I can fully comment, though. But rest assured, I will be there to advise and help, okay? Just take it easy, get some rest, sleep, and don't let it control your thoughts, okay? You're still doing a wonderful job for this community, and I love you. I do think I and you need some time to rationalize things and think about them, but give it a few hours, and I will be there to support and talk about it, okay? I won't leave your side, never. I also don't believe the, quote, fuck off part is for you. Shobi's been involved in some other dramas just blazing off steam, and although the post does have a point, it could be nicer and more appropriate. Just stay safe and be careful, okay? The love you, Kenshi, real talk, heart. It'll be figured out in time. And then Makenshi posts a, looks like an Arch tweet, and it's very small.
And I want to be clear, I did tweet that. Yeah, basically the tweet, what the tweet was saying. Can you zoom in on it on Discord?
Yeah, it's just very small. Whether the beat
but it's on
flow
it's on the thread as well. It's on the thread as well. If you scroll down somewhere.
Oh, it's in the thread.
Yeah, it's in the thread you're on right now. Yeah.
Okay.
It's somewhere. There it is. There it is. Yeah.
Whether the beat you flow on is well produced and professional or still a massive work in progress, it does not invalidate any of the passion or love put into it. I don't hide. I got a lot to say about the scene, and I got nothing but love to Kenshi, but this ain't it. And he says this.
That's what
and his response to this, I'm sorry, he's talking to Variety Music. I don't really remember my times on Horse Music Crawl, but I do remember I was on Horse Music Crawl at the same time as Arch. The only thing I remember was that I was kicked from HMH Discord server due to inactivity. I don't remember if I'm on HMH or not. Anyway, this doesn't help, though. This is Makenshi talking to Arch in response to that tweet. This doesn't help, though, since it's off topic regarding my original tweet and misunderstanding my views as well. That kind of replies of musicians misunderstanding what I replied to Spin Scissor there in March and interpreting it based on whatever they believe is music making, which is not what my tweet was about, really isn't helping. You say this ain't it, but you don't even know what I'm talking about or didn't understand it. So it's kind of weird you would support me in PMs and say that on Twitter. And then he quotes you. Thank you for the kind words and supporting, though I appreciate it. Arch. Okay, so I've had some... Go ahead.
Can I interject for a moment? Yeah, I'm about to debunk that in the comment below, but the thing that he's saying to me right here, like, you don't even know what I'm talking about, or you don't understand it. He's been using that same deflective excuse to every last comment that was on that thread and on the other one as well. That's every last person that pretty much told him. He said the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So that should tell you who's really the one with the misunderstanding.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Where are we at? Okay. So, Arch. So I've had some thinking and analyzation, and this is what I have to say. First, let me first clarify actually that no one has a beef with you, but I do have to point out that there is, however, a reason why so many have a bit of criticism for you about that. I, of course, get what you mean, but that does not mean that they are wrong. And to constantly frame that as misunderstandings or implying that they don't know what they're talking about does, in my eyes, do nothing but prove their point exactly, and that the misunderstandings come from your end instead of theirs. No one has any hostility against you. You know that if that were the case, I'd jump on you and set everything aflame, which is fair because that seems to be what you've done. I'm sorry. Anyway, I don't know what goes on between DMs though, but when I do see, I will. There is no shame, Kenshi. Real talk, it's okay. And Kenshi says, slandering someone on Twitter, saying that the implications in this tweet are horrendous, while I never implied anything like that, not responding to my PM, many people following and taking her side, not caring to try to look into the context of my original tweet and try to understand me, not trusting me even after all that I've done. Now, maybe that isn't exactly hostility, all right, but it's something I don't appreciate, that's all. But I get it. Okay, then. You have the point of view and won't be by my side here. It's fine. You're entitled to your own opinions and stuff happening. I won't hold it against you.
If he really did not hold it against me, let alone to anyone else he shadow banned, we wouldn't be here right now. Just saying. Right.
That seems to be my understanding as well. Is that he's talking out of both sides of his mouth.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, not even his mouth, his ass. But
okay, so he says, okay, Arch, Makenshi, you're overthinking it. You really are. Kenshi.
Yeah.
I'm just saying what happened and what I saw with my own eyes. Whatever you call it, however you personally tolerate it, what happened there, I don't appreciate it. Simple as that. Granted, it's not nearly as bad as what happened in the past, but still. Arch, if that's how you see it, I defend your right to think/believe that, but it isn't that. And the idea that I'm suddenly not on your side or anything is just, dude, I'm checking on you. Is for a reason, man. It's nothing but love, and it concerns me. You feel? Makenshi.
This is the part, by the way, where he knew basically that every deflection excuse didn't work anymore. So what he did was, pull in the past when I never said anything about the past. I never said anything about and for the record as well, nobody told me to DM him. Nobody told me to come to him. Right. I did this all by my own volition because that's what friends do. Tell you, that's what friends do.
Yeah.
I see my friend, is in kind of a risky situation, and. Well, kind of risky. That's the wrong word. Sorry. What I mean to say is I see my friend in kind of a kind of situation where you have been, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you check on somebody when that happens.
Right.
That's because you're their friend.
Okay.
And no, Buggo, real friends don't fuck each other up. That's unless they're in a boxing ring. But yeah, that's. But anyway, that's.
Right.
So
Kenshi...
he's basically trying to guilt trip me. That's sorry to interrupt so much. I'm so sorry.
You're all right. We're going over your messages, so it's fine. So Makenshi responds with that. Of course, we understand, Bug. You're fine. Don't worry about it. We know you're just fucking around. It's cool.
Yeah. We love you.
Makenshi says, also, I will say that you haven't seen all that I've seen. Some things in the past happened in private, and I have good reasons to feel this way. But of course, those who don't know about those things and who want to favor some person on Twitter over myself will do that while ignoring me. It just feels a bit weird going against me and then saying, I got nothing but love for Kenshi in the same tweet. Like, I would never go against one of my friends personally, even if I disagreed with them. Okay. Well, anyway, maybe I'd have missed something, but maybe there's something I don't know of. But it's fine. I do know that you do not have any ill intents. And again, I do appreciate you checking up on me and your feelings. I'll get over this eventually, like always. And don't worry, I'm not taking any of this personally or anything. Just a bit sad that something like this happened. Arch. If you give me a few, I can type down everything and explain it, okay? I'm on your side. But this is just giving into overthinking and just a massive miscommunication, and I am trying to convince you that it isn't. I love you, and you know that. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't check on you, and you know that. Tell me everything you can and vent. I'm here for it.
I would like
Because
to point
you're
out
my
as well.
friend. Yeah?
I would like to point out as well. Do you notice right now that the same words are kind of used against him, and then watch what happens? Notice that the same words are now used against him, and watch what happens. Trust me, you're not gonna. It's gonna be fucking horrible. Trust me.
Okay. So he says, it's okay, we can stop talking about it. Honestly, I'd rather move on from it all as soon as possible. Well, if you've got things to say, feel free, but really I've had enough of the happenings like these and I don't want to argue about this. We've both told each other our POVs and we respect each other's. He quotes you and says, don't worry, I know. Again, I know you don't have ill intents and are always thinking of doing good. I know not to misunderstand your intent. Strike through text says, unlike some people, apparently, ahem. He quotes you again and says, heart, thank you, I really appreciate it. Arch, never above, never below, always beside you, I swear, heart. This will be figured out in due time, I assure you. Just continue to take it easy and relax, all right, hugs. I gotta go to work now, but legit, whenever you want to talk, I'll be here. Makenshi, I don't know what you mean by that exactly, but I hope it's not something like you will realize that you were wrong, because I'm probably overthinking it on this one. I got it. Take care. Arch says, hugs, I love you. I love you too. Hugs back. Hugs. Hope you're doing good. Love you and miss you. Hugs. Hey, I wanted to make sure you were aware about something. And then it's a tweet thread.
Yeah. So for the record, you don't need to go over the next screen. It's what it's basically. All you need to see is just the dates. And just look over like
Jikro in chat says this is the only defense. That's the only defense. Quote, I have my reasons. Trust me. This is unfortunately something that doesn't work in front of a judge. You'd need to explain the reasons or we won't believe it even if we want to. Well, I mean, I get the sentiment that you're getting at is that if I don't know what I don't know, and you saying, hey, there's information that you don't know is not helpful in any way. You have to actually explain the information. So I understand the sentiment of what you're getting at. So you were about to say, Arch, go ahead.
For the record, the next screenshots that you're about to show on screen, you don't necessarily need to go over that, but I want you to notice the dates. Because that's the moment the ghosting began. And regarding what was said earlier, that like
so you guys had this conversation on June 10th, 2021. And then his last message to you was June 12th, 2021. And then October 15th was another message that you had sent. November, yesterday, which would be December 1st on this, in that context. With ghosting the person that was on your side. Nice one. Let's see here. December 2nd. Oh, you got unfriended, I see, on December the 2nd. Okay.
This is basically the part where, like, I knew something was up, you know? Because I'm going to be honest with you, Stallion, right before this, I already was noticing, like, red flags. Because do you remember the track Take It Back?
Yeah.
Where I said all the stuff about the fandom, right? And, like, you know, how we can fix it and better everything. If you think about it, the same message could be applied against him, right? Makenshi was all with that track, all with fixing the fandom, you know? All with that passion for the fandom. But totally realized the same thing could be applied to him. That the same responsibility applies to him and everything. Everything, and again, I would like to, if you think about it, the Velvet thread that you just read, like, no, it's a misunderstanding. No, you're just feeling bad right now. What you're about to see is the exact same tactic.
Okay.
Same thing over here. There are multiple musicians who checked in on hey, you know what's going on? Is there a reason I'm not And that's the thing. They were not asking for the article. They were asking for feedback. They were asking like, "Hey, is there anything that I could do better?" and everything. This is the screen cap that you're watching right now. This is why this is what Makenshi would always do. You know, pretend that you're a painful reminder. And you said it yourself. You know, turning your back to the person who was at your side. I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
That's the.
Oh, that was Scooney in chat. Okay, so Simon. Or Mad Hatter Brony, there's some screen caps here, and he says, "Hey Makenshi, my friend MC Arch wants you to talk to you and asked if you could DM him on here, MC Arch." Makenshi says, "Can you refrain from mentioning MC Arch to me in the future, please? That would be greatly appreciated. Thanks. Also, do not forward him any of this, please." Simon says, "I'm sorry." So Simon, yeah, I'm sorry.
This is too good. Like, yeah, I'm
Okay.
yeah. I apologize. This was just a very good pun. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not intended, but too good of a pun, you know.
Yeah, it was an accident. I'm sorry. So Simon, yeah, sure, dude. Don't worry. I won't forward shit. I think he's mostly concerned if you're doing okay with the whole YouTube comment thing happening. YouTube comment thing happening? What is what's the context to that? Do you have any the YouTube comment thing happening?
Yeah, the YouTube comment, because there was a time when Makenshi couldn't post comments, and his comments were marked as spam and everything, and I also provided support, like, hey.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, and I also got ghosted on that.
Yeah, I had to personally like whitelist several of his comments on my videos for sure, so I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay, so Simon. Okay, Makenshi, you told me not to bring him up again, but I have to. What is going on between you and Arch? What is going on between you and Arch? I know for a fact he apologized for whatever he did, even though he still has no idea what he did, and you just ghosted him. Why? Arch is genuinely trying to figure out what he did to upset you, but instead of telling him, you unfriend him and can't message you anymore. Why? That's really strange, actually. Because that's exactly what you were talking about, how about how Velvet responding to Makenshi, and then I guess Makenshi is now doing what he was criticizing Velvet for doing, which is strange.
Exactly.
But then again, yeah, that's weird. So, Simon, you know what? You pushed it too far, Makenshi. I hope you're happy with your decisions, because thanks to you and whatever reasons you think you have, Arch is having a godforsaken anxiety attack. I hope you're happy with what you've done. You say you love everyone and love this fandom and the show, and yet I see the polar opposite of what the show tells us in you. Makenshi, I think it's you who's definitely going too far. I'm sorry.
Apologies once again for interjecting. But this was also like the part where Simon told me about like the things that are going on in Horse Music Herald, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there was a talk about like tired out riders and everything, right?
Right.
Makenshi was the reason because of that.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's I don't think I can like explain without screen cap, but I assure you the screen caps are out there. But yeah, we'll get into those later. But this is also the part where Simon gets into play and gets to see like, wow, this person really is like that. Wow,
okay.
That's yeah.
Okay.
It's also regarding the anxiety attack. Yeah, that's the part that's I didn't realize it at the time, but
Scooney in chat says, what information did Makenshi receive before he started ghosting Arch? I don't know if that's been made clear yet. So Makenshi responds, Makenshi responds to, excuse me, Makenshi responds to Simon. I think it's you who definitely is going too far right now, and I do not like waking up to this. It is quite hurtful. I do hope you're going to apologize for me for this and this very inconsiderate and hurtful part of your message. I have good reasons to do what I'm doing, and maybe I was wrong to expect that you would trust that and trust me. But fine, if you want me to explain just to prove it, I could do that, although not in detail. He did not apologize. Actually, he did the polar opposite. Even when I pointed out what he did, he still didn't see anything wrong with it and just disregarded my anguish. He wasn't a friend to me when I needed him. Okay. It's my understanding that Makenshi is now saying that you were not a friend to him because you didn't, I guess, rip KoaPony a new asshole for tweeting something that was kind of really not that big a fucking deal.
Stallion, my only crime in this whole fucking thing was basically doing what a real brony would have done and what the real Makenshi would have been proud of me for today.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking up for the community, how it thinks it feels, but not leaving my friend behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason I'm saying nobody told me to DM him. Nobody told me to check up on him. I did it all by my own.
Yeah.
That's because that's what friends do.
So yeah, you messaged him to check up on him, and it was okay. Well, yeah, wow, that's something else. Okay, so
And
he wasn't a friend.
regarding sorry, if I may interject for just a few more, I want to respond to Scooney's question. What information did Makenshi receive before he started ghosting Arch? I'm gonna be brutally honest with you. I don't know what Makenshi talks to and everything at this point, but if anything, I can clearly show I did nothing wrong. There's this, it just feels like this is also one I want to delve into the anxiety attack, because that's exactly why I had an anxiety, because I didn't know what I did wrong. I was like, whoa, I spoke up for the fandom and suddenly he hates me? What? I had fears of being canceled, bro. I had fears of like
Right.
It's yeah. This is also the reason why Simon was so emotional, because you have to understand Horse Music Herald meant so much to him. It still does, and I'm glad that he finally can do his work again without, something like that taking place.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Simon's in chat.
Hi, Simon.
Yeah, Simon's in chat.
Oh, Simon is in chat. What up, Simon, homie?
Okay, so picking up where we left off, he says, Makenshi says, he wasn't a friend to me when I needed him, and that was hurtful. He said that he was beside me, but his actions were at the opposite of his words, and I already told him, so he knows. Every time he would message me, I would see his name again, and it would be a painful reminder of what he'd done to me. And it would kind of ruin my day every time. Of course, I have nothing against him, and I don't hold a grudge. I just prefer to focus on people who will be my real friends and who won't betray me. He kept spamming me with messages for a long time over and over again, even though I made it obvious that I'd rather not talk to him again. Even when hiding notifications for him on Discord, his name would still be bumped. His name would still be bumped every time. So I had no choice, and his last message yesterday was the last straw. So long story short, it's for my own mental health. If you can't understand that and won't respect my decision, I'd be very disappointed.
Can you pause here for a second?
Yeah.
I want you to switch to I think something that I posted on Twitter. I'm not sure if you can link it real quick. No. Yeah, maybe something in my threads. If you just open my messages, just to find that particular screen cap from my DMs with Makenshi. That was a few days ago. Keep scrolling.
You don't tweet super often, so it shouldn't be too hard to find.
Yeah, I don't tweet a lot, and I
retweet a lot.
Yeah, I retweet a lot, but whatever.
Well, no. It's
there should be a link.
I'll
there.
want that later.
Yeah.
Wait,
Okay.
so if you're looking for the thread that you think I'm talking, you're talking about, it's in the Google Doc. It's in the Google Doc.
It should be there, but since he scrolled.
Is it this one in relation to this thread?
Yes, that was in relation to what Will said. This is a short message, just one screen cap, but it's pretty much the same type of behavior when he's I don't want you to mention this person anymore because every time I remember of their existence, it ruins my day and it makes me feel bad, and I'm very depressed when I hear about the person I don't want to hear about. So please don't talk about them. I shadow ban them everywhere, so please don't mention them anywhere, or I will shadow ban you as well. Implying that, but just read the whole thing, how he responded to what I said to him, he said why he left my server in the first place because of Velvet.
Velvet in chat says, "Oh, spamming messages, double standards. Heh." I just want to point out that you have a message that's being sent in June 21st, 2021, and then August, and then a couple weeks later, also in August, and then in October, and then December or November, and then December. And it's like what, maybe eight messages or something like that. People get busy, and then you clear a notification and you forget to respond. That shit happens all the time. I am notoriously bad for doing the exact same thing. And so sending like even a dozen messages over the course of, what is this, 6 months? I would not classify that as spamming. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So
I do want to say though, I can understand if the definition of spamming could be different for some people. Like, I'm not sure what is and what isn't, but I do want to say, if it does show anything, though, it shows, like, even if I was in the right and I don't have to, I was still willing to make up for whatever it may have been that I, quote unquote, did wrong. But as you can see, he'll talk, in the screenshots later, he'll talk about, like, yeah, he never apologized, he never reached out to me and everything. Bullshit.
right.
Bullshit. Yeah.
So this is from Soul Strings. Makenshi says, "Thanks for the mention in your server again, Heart. Just telling you so that you're not wondering later. I left the server because seeing Velvet reminds me of bad memories, and then keeps hurting me again as I think about it during the day. And then I have a bad day. I just want to avoid as many of those reminders as I can. That's why I'm leaving. I hope you'll understand. I just need to do my best and preserve my mental health, and you'll always be able to mention things to me in PM. And please don't mention any of this in the server or to her. I don't want to make any ruckus. Looking forward to your next uploads." Strings. No problem at all. I never judge folks who leave servers because I often feel like I just want to leave everything for some time or for longer. If I just can't handle that myself, or if something just bothers me too much or makes me feel bad in general, // It's very important to take care of yourself, and considering the amount of negative information coming from my own server, like when I don't feel well or when something really bad happens in Belarus like just now, I'm just sharing it all, and I can't expect everyone to be okay with that. That's a lot of negative info, and I do know myself how much damage sad news brings, so yes, I understand. Emoji. Take care of yourself, please. Strings. Velvet has left my server several times already and came back after several breaks because she couldn't handle my messages. I turned off the notification for joins, so it's kind of silent. But yeah, yes, I find it normal if some need to stay away from things that hurt them. I appreciate that you shared these thoughts with me and have let me know in the first place. And Makenshi says, "Thank you for your understanding. Thanks, you too."
The thing is that, like I said, I do understand when folks need to stay away from something, from the drama, from certain persons, from interactions with someone for a little while until they feel like they can go back into it. It's okay to block someone. It's okay to leave servers or whatever. Just to stay away from something, to take care of yourself, and then come back, or maybe not come back. It depends.
Right.
This type of behavior is okay by itself, but not in this particular case, because avoiding someone to preserve their mental health, it's okay. But Makenshi is in power. He is in power of Equestria Daily full music promotion. He is also in charge of Horse Music Herald, all promotion, since he kicked all the admins. He even captured the power in Cider Party. So he is in charge of the pretty much all main promotion, music promotion platforms in this particular fandom. So if he doesn't want to mess with someone, this is not just about his mental health anymore. This is about blocking all musicians for good, from not only from his from his surroundings, from everyone else's view. So it's not only to preserve his mental health, it's about banning all musicians he doesn't like or who allegedly hurt him in the past. He bans them from everyone else to see. So it's not about him exclusively anymore. This is a major difference, and I'm pointing this out, that mental health is one thing, but if you're in power of pretty much all main music promotion platforms in Brony fandom, this changes everything. This changes everything.
Right.
If
Because
I do may jump,
Okay, go ahead.
if I do may, I want to jump in on what Soulstring said. Mental health is one thing, but I do want to say I refuse to let Makenshi use mental health as a shield to deflect away criticism, and I even believe that he uses the mental health excuse as a thing as to why people cannot come on him anymore, thinking it'll give him a valid excuse to act the way he does. And regarding Cider Party, I can confirm, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to go public with this, but I will just say, I possess screenshots of Makenshi kicking the admin after, the same guy who now runs Horse Music Herald. The same person got kicked from Cider Party.
Mm-hmm.
And basically used the same excuse. Trust me, it's for the better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, so like the way that I'm thinking about it is like when we do our little slaughtering streams or whatever, there are people whose music that I've covered that I really just like don't like. Like these people, they've attacked me online and shit like that, and I don't like these people, but I'm not gonna like, shadow ban these people from having their music covered because I have some kind of personal beef with them off stream. I don't know, that just seems weird to me, but so like I feel like if I was the type of person who took it super personally and took Twitter very, very seriously and was like, okay, well, you did this thing or you said this thing and I didn't like it, so now you are not being promoted on my platform at all, like then that would kind of betray the purpose of doing it, and then I don't think I would be a good person to run it. And I think that that's kind of the problem with Makenshi here, is that he's I don't know, it's fucked. But we're continuing with Simon's messages here.
Yeah.
He said,
if I may, though,
okay,
Simon did comment.
Yeah.
At Stolen Slaughter Music, hey, whoever just said that Makenshi was in control of Horse Music Herald, that's not completely correct. That is true. It was Spectra that's in like command of Horse Music Herald, but
Okay.
it was like because Spectra wasn't there that much, Makenshi just quote unquote took over, so to say. That's just for context, That's
Okay. So Makenshi says, so long story short, it's for my own mental health. You can't understand that, I'll be disappointed. Blah blah blah. Wait, I just noticed you've already unfollowed me on Twitter, even without hearing my replies. So, okay, you're that kind of person. Not to mention that personal attack in your message, even if you're venting, it's not the right thing to do. Oh my god. Why do people take Twitter so fucking seriously, bro? Oh my god. If you unfollow If you unfollow somebody, it's because you don't like their posts. It's that simple. There is nothing else to it. It's not a personal slight or whatever. Fucking Soulstrings has blocked me on Twitter before. It's not
several times.
Yeah, several times. It's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal. Jesus, oh my god. Okay, anyway, so Simon responds, okay. I have realized that my second message was uncalled for yesterday and it was a stressful day, and I hit send before thinking I'm sorry. Makenshi says, all right, apologies accepted. Simon, even when I pointed out what I did, he still didn't see anything wrong with it. Dude, screenshots or it didn't happen. Right now, it's your word against Arch's, and he has screenshots to back up what he says. He says you never did, so again, word against word, screenshot or it didn't happen. And every time you ignored Arch, his day was ruined. I don't know if you aren't aware or ignore it, but you're the Brony music person and you have your articles on EQD, and as far as people can tell, you run HMH. So if you just ignore him, he feels like shit. Any artist would, just because that is the influence you have. That is the influence you have. Of course, he's quoting, quote, of course I have nothing against him. He says, I really want to believe that's true, but to me, asking to not bring him up proves the opposite. His name would still be bumped every time. So tell me, because I genuinely don't understand. If you can't even see his name, why are you on his server? Why are you on Stealing Shade server, the two places he is most active in? I will respect your decision. I just want to know why, ... And Makenshi says, I am literally in 100 pony servers, and I'm only active in 2 of them. I don't have time to check what's happening in all the servers I join. And again, I don't hate him or anything. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't even be able to feel hate, so I don't see why I would leave servers just for the heck of it. If I start getting tagged/harassed in a server and it starts becoming unhealthy for me, then that would be another matter, and then for sure I would quit such a server. So I just don't see what's in those servers at all. They're down there in my list of servers on Discord, and that's why. I hope now you understand. I just want to avoid such daily pain as much as possible. Quote, every time you ignored Arch's day was ruined, unquote. He was the one who started it. He was the one who betrayed me and who refused to be a friend when it mattered most. And because of that, I had anxiety attacks myself and felt hurt every so often. Because I didn't tell anyone and do it on my own. I didn't want to cause any drama. I just learned my lesson and moved on. I wished Arch the best, and above all, I wish that he won't do the same things to his other friends because I don't want them to suffer like I did. So he caused me pain first, and I just don't want such things to happen to me anymore. I need to safeguard my health. Some people left the community because of all that pain they got, while I'm here and for now still deciding to endure it all and stay for the little faith I have left in those who still uphold the values of the show and be real friends. I wonder if you can just imagine what it takes and how much effort I'm giving.
You know what effort would have been, Stallion?
What's that?
Effort would have been to reach back. Effort would have been like, hey, to talk things out. Effort would have been to understand what the community is saying to you. Without
or at the very
banning.
least, just I guess tell somebody to fuck off. That's another thing. Is at the very least, just be like, hey, we're not cool, dude. Just that's something.
He just swallowed it and silenced.
Yeah. The
So
thing
he
is full.
says,
The thing is full. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So he says you never did. So again, word against word screenshot, or it didn't happen. Makenshi says to this. So let me get this straight. You actually don't believe me, and you're asking for screenshots as proof. You believe Arch because it's your friend, but you're doubting me, even after all this time, and when most likely anyone would have figured out that I'm not the kind of person who would lie for such a matter. Now, to be clear, I guess just a bit of advice to people who interact online a lot. Sometimes it's really just helpful. Not that I'm saying because I ask for people for proof for everything all the time. It's not because I think you're lying. It's because maybe you're overreacting, or maybe you have an interpretation of these messages that I wouldn't agree with. That maybe you're having a different sort of thing going on, right? So because, for instance, Makenshi says that Arch was spamming him, but I disagree that that's spamming. Sending a dozen messages that are literally weeks and months apart, I don't think is spamming. Spamming to me is like 2 or 3 messages per day at least type of shit, I think it's yeah. So if I were to ask, okay, can I get screenshots of him spamming, and then he were to send me these screenshots, and I'd be like, hey man, they're kind of like months apart, so maybe you're just overreacting a little bit. I mean, it's not like I'm telling him he's lying or whatever. It's just
He'll just ban you.
Right. True. So yeah, anyway, continuing. I'm not the kind of person who would lie for such a matter or have any ill will right now. That in itself is very troubling. I'm feeling a bit offended that you don't believe my word and ask for screenshots. I thought of telling Arch something like, don't message me anymore, please. It's for my own health, out of respect. I still have for him, out of the respect I still have for him, but I know him and I know that he wouldn't have left it at that. He would have asked for explanations, etc. He would have tried to fix things, but I know he still wouldn't realize what he has done and apologize, simply because I already tried. I didn't want any new stressful discussion or drama. Now,
that's all on him. That's all on him. He does not get to project his fucking... I wouldn't even say it's an inability. He fucking knows. Right. He fucking knows. It's he knows what he did was wrong. He knows and remember, I'm not the only one who went through this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also the thing. Look, Rock, a friend of mine, is a very good friend of mine.
Right.
He also said, he also told the same thing to Makenshi, you know, like, hey, if you truly care about us, then listen to what the community is saying to you and don't treat like Arch. And basically, he goes even worse off about me in Lux DMs than, and you know what the thing is? It's not to me about the articles. It's not to me about, like, me not getting a promo or anything. The problem is that this person is using his position to, well, you know what? I will say it. The way he handled things killed the community. Is killing the community. Sorry. Yeah, it's and as notice as well. Like, he will say things like, "Yeah, you don't believe me, you know, but will you believe him purely because he posts screen caps and everything?" I want you to point out already what you're about to read. He posts nothing on screenshots. He posts nothing on that.
Okay.
But he, however, is willing to go as the filthy gall, the guilt trip Simon into you know, it's and there's another Google map as well where I talk about how Makenshi runs Horse Music Herald, you know, and that pretty much reflects on a Christie Daily as well. I have to admit, I gotta go soon, but I will say this: if I have to leave, there is another map that is it's in the Google Drive. It's called Makenshi and his authority on Horse Music Herald formerly, and it discusses the case of, like, the TaZe. You know, like, look, I know there's a lot to say about the TaZe, but here's the thing: TaZe may be a lot of things, but TaZe is still my friend. And regardless how you think of TaZe, which for the record is understandable, the way how Makenshi handled things to that is wrong. It's just wrong. I'll put forward as well that the rapper who made the diss track on TaZe, both are okay with it, both thought it was funny, both do not agree that the new Alias should be on that article.
Yeah.
Kenshi kept it up. That shows that it's not about the music, it's not about the passion to him, it's about his personal grudges, and he's let it on the website.
Okay.
Yeah. And I know it might seem random what I'm about to say, but trust me, I got everything to back it up, truly.
All right.
Yeah.
So this, okay, I got you. So this message, because we'll get to that. This message is from, Makenshi, I guess, to Simon. As far as I understand, this is a continuation of the previous message. He says, "Now, you're not only asking me for an explanation of what happens, which I already did my best to tell you without going into a big wall of text. I'm sorry, but also for screenshots. And that means I'd have to explain more about the context of what happened, etc. And I would have to have that discussion with you, and I don't really feel as safe doing it, especially when I remember about that second message from yours from yesterday that was still hurting me earlier despite your apologies. And when you say you wouldn't even believe my word, normally you should just trust me without me saying anything. Nah. I will make an effort to explain to help you understand, but you need to give an effort for others too. I gave effort for Arch for so many years before you were even around. You don't even know the hours I spent writing heartfelt walls of text on each of his videos for like 6 years, but then he ended up betraying me, even if he didn't realize it. Even if he didn't realize it, and for him, everything is fine. I want to move away from such pain. Right now, I'm trying to see if you're the kind to betray me as well, or not. The second message from yesterday and you unfollowing me didn't make it look very good, and would just side with Arch just because it's your friend disregarding me. Then that wouldn't sit right with me, and that's the kind of things I fear from people after all I've experienced. And I don't want any new discussion about painful things that happened to me in the past. If I show you screenshots, you may be tempted to argue about it and defend Arch and just disregard what I feel about it because you wouldn't understand or because you'd try to analyze it, and I don't want any of that. I hate that kind of stuff. Because sometimes you could just have different interpretations, and that's perfectly fine. It's not a big freaking deal. Okay.
Right.
Arch did something to me that a real friend wouldn't do in my book, and he didn't apologize when pointed out. He didn't make the effort to think about how I was feeling. He didn't make the effort for a friend, and that was hurtful, and I don't want that to happen again. Period. I don't want any drama. I want to focus on people who will actually make an effort for a friend and people who will trust me as real friends should. I didn't do anything bad towards Arch. It's my right to safeguard my mental health and stop someone from spamming me with these messages.
Sorry, can I interject just for 1 second? What I'm about to say might be a bit considered unprofessional, but at the end of the day, I'm MC Arch. Makenshi, if this is how you view friendship to be, then to be quite frank, I don't need it, I don't want it, I don't deserve it. Fuck your friendship, fuck your mental health, fuck everything you stand for, and ironically enough, the horse you rode in on. I'm not having it. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. He said, I didn't do anything bad towards Arch. My right to say spending messages when there's no other way and when they won't stop themselves. Believe me, I waited for many months and I would normally never do this. This is actually the first time I had to do something like that, and I'm not happy about it, and I was stressing a lot about it. And we even talked before about how I'm not the kind to do this and how it even inspired Drake. So all the more reason I think you should you should trust me if I'm doing it while I don't want to, then there really must be a good reason. I really counted on you to figure that out, unless those past conversations didn't mean as much as I thought they did. So I want to know, would you just take Arch's side if I didn't show you screenshots? What would you do? I'm obviously not asking you to take my side or anything. Well, a little bit. Okay, anyway, I'm obviously not asking you to take my side or anything. Actually, you shouldn't take any side in such matters. You should just try to understand as much as you can and respect everyone. Would you trust me and respect my decision? And respect my... Oh my god, I lost. As much as I thought I did, so you're just... So, what is... I'm sorry, my mental health, not happy about it, stressing about it. If I really must be a good reason, I really counted on you to figure that out, unless these past conversations didn't mean as much as I thought they did. So I want to know you just take Arch's side if I didn't show you the screenshots, yada, 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 yada. You shouldn't take sides, respect everyone. Would you trust me and respect my decision even without screenshot? Oh, okay, there was just that appears to be the end of this folder. All right.
Yes.
And then this is...
Makenshi and his authority on...
Okay.
Now, I have to admit, though, I will... I have to admit, though, I have to go, in 5 minutes or something, but...
Okay.
I will explain this real quick, though. In this conversation, as I said before about the TaZe, and, how Makenshi runs things, this is just one of the many examples for the record. Take a close look at who wrote the article, and look at the new alias. At the alias that is dropped there, you know, like Skylab Pony. That was at the time. No, Skylab Pony. Skylab Pony. That was at the time. The TaZe's new alias, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Both Rubber and both the TaZe agreed that this track was funny. It was okay, but placing the new alias went for both too far. You know, it was fucked up for both. And again, I know there's a lot to say about the TaZe, but. You know, TaZe is still my friend, and I refuse to have it how Makenshi handled the situation. This is beyond fucked up, beyond unprofessional, and I can just taste the malice even today. It's been years since this happened, but years, months, I'm not sure, but it's in either case one of those, and it's the taste in my mouth is still, ugh, you know, it's not good. It's really not good.
Mm-hmm. So the description on this song that he wrote was, we can always count on pony rappers to voice what's wrong in a cool way. Here's Rubber and Applejack are rapping about the TaZe/Skylab Pony's unfortunate actions. And hip-hop is such an interesting genre for its raw vocal take on things. Also, check out the recent release from Rubber Cider. This is a collab too.
I'm really sorry to interject once again, but can I post one more thing before... I want to regarding Makenshi's self-awareness, okay? And what you're gonna read for this conversation as well, like the emotional manipulation, like, there's no like right or wrong or anything. It's either me or them, the us versus them mentality.
Mm-hmm.
I think you will see that in the channel. I will post the comment from Take It Back.
Okay.
I'll see if Soulstring can get it to you, or but it's another case in the chat if you want to look at it, and that'll it's the comment Makenshi made on Take It Back, and yeah, that's one. Yeah, and in that one you can read how much self-awareness Makenshi actually possesses, and pay close attention to some of the stuff he says here. It's
okay.
Knowing what you know now.
So this is a comment that he left on one of your videos, the Take It Back video.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. I really hope at times it really feels like I'm crazy to think that I can make any difference as nothing seems to change. But I always think about how the change might just be very subtle or so tiny that you don't notice it, but it's there even indirectly. Thanks for giving me hope, Heart. Apologies without change are just manipulations. Very well said. And I got a second Shy Fire's comment about the lyric, I accept the apologies that I never got. It's so dang powerful, and if you can really say that from the heart and effectively move on from those past bad experiences with people, then definitely mad respect for you. The thing is, those people don't even think that they did anything wrong, and that's why they won't apologize. They don't even care or think about the people they've hurt or betrayed, and you can't force them to care or change. That's the harsh reality. You have to accept differences and move on, all while making sure that you never do what they did, to quote a special someone, he. Vengeance will not consume my mind to commit a crime. You said it. Very proud of you. Keep walking the path of light, Heart. Timestamp. Beautiful message about redemption there. I'll say the same thing as I said last time. I can only hope that those who are targeting with this could actually watch this and change. But I don't have high hopes because, again, I saw how hopeless it is for the kind of people who just won't change. They probably won't even bother watching this, sadly. You can't change others. You can only change yourself. That's a quote I heard like 14 years ago, and I'm more and more grasping how true it is. But you still did all that you could do, so mad props for that. That was the right thing to do, not only for trying to change the world, but also to express yourself and make vent art. You did very good to make this. If I was a rapper, I would wonder if I would also use my art to express what I feel about such things. Another timestamp. Yes, I precisely thought about the song My Past Is Not Today recently, and how many people in the community seem to have forgotten about that song and other messages from these shows/movies. Really glad that you're making this wake-up call right now, reminding people that about the values from the show and what makes us bronies. I'll keep fighting the good fight and trying to change the world and show people what it means to be a brony too. You included that recording of that moment when I got shout-outed at the Brony Palooza stage. So lovely of you. So lovely of you. Heart. Thanks a lot, bro. And there's that group photo too. Wonderful, Heart. Keep being yourself, Heart. Okay.
Now, remember when we talked before the stream about people making nothing burgers? About specific that aren't even a problem and there are like legitimate things going on,
right? And
people that some people just purely do it so they look less suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The amount of self-awareness, especially in saying those people don't even think they did anything wrong. That's why they won't apologize. They don't even care or think about the people they've hurt or betrayed.
Okay.
Yeah. Knowing what you know now, kind of.
It's it's a little goofy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
really sorry,
you're
folks.
leaving. You're fine.
Yeah, I have to go. But if there's to the chat as well, if there are any questions, if you want to know more, I'll just drop my Twitter in the chat. Real quick, one sec.
Oh, I fucking.
Not sure if the links go through, but I can post it like on YouTube if the link won't go through. Oh, so you're okay.
Yeah, just
Okay, good.
I can assure people that if you have any experiences with this person, if you have another story to tell or you wish to represent someone else, my DMs are open for screen call. You can show me everything you want, and we'll look into it. That being said, though, I'm sorry I have to cut it off, Stallion, but I really appreciate you looking into this. You are amazing, a great voice actor too. I hope that I'm gonna need your lines with your sexy voice. It's and I thank everybody for checking this out. Yeah, I'll see you guys later. And if you have if you have more questions, my DMs are open. You can ask me anything you want, and I'll provide anything that you'll need to see to me from me. Sorry. Yeah, that's
Okay.
all. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we appreciate you joining us, bud, and getting us started over here. You have a good one, bud.
Thank you. You as well, man. You guys take care. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, have fun.
Yeah. Oh, and before I go, guys, check out Soul Strings new the albums of Soul Strings. This guy's a monster. He makes amazing tracks. And check out Stallion Slaughter as well. What's the album called again?
My latest one is called Las Ponisoritas, but it's all in Spanish. It's very, very niche and thing. But we appreciate you, bud.
Yeah.
Be careful and
Make
stay
sure you
safe, okay?
Yeah, we'll do. Thank you guys, man. See you guys around, yeah?
All right, we'll see you.
You.
Okay, so Arch messages Makenshi. Hang on, I need to grab a soda, so just hang out for 2 seconds. BRB. I don't want people to look at my ass, so hang on. BRB.
This is so fucked up. This is so fucked up. I wish it wouldn't be that fucked up, but it is. It makes me
Okay.
sad.
All right, so I'm not wearing pants. So anyway, so Arch messages Makenshi and says, Kenshi hugs heart. I had a question. My friend TaZe asked me if you could please remove her new alias from the article we just read. And Makenshi says, I wonder why she asked you. I have to say I don't appreciate this at all. Arch says, yeah, I know, I get, and then that emoji. She doesn't mind the article though, just her new alias, Skylab Pony. I have no idea why she asked me specifically, but I figured I'd DM you. Makenshi said, because she'd rather avoid talking to me directly, most probably. Either way, I don't like it. Very disappointing. MC Arch says, I'm staying out of it though. Makenshi says, yeah, me too. Arch says, sorry. Makenshi, I'll not even bother giving you a reply to forward to her. Arch says, woo. Makenshi, you should probably ignore her if she keeps asking you about it too. Stealing songs is disappointing. Making such a demand is disappointing. Asking someone to ask me to do it is disappointing, and I'm tired of people like that. Betraying and running away using people. If at least she would have the decency to ask me herself, but nope, she actually went to a third party and asked me. What the fuck? This is quite sickening, and I don't care if you're actually on her side with this, by the way, your decision. Arch says, I'm on nobody's side, NW. Somebody just asked me a favor, and I figured I'd check. Makenshi says, all right. Man, that is... Now, I get it. I understand that, the TaZe did a thing, honestly, I get it. I know we're talking about the TaZe, but this reply is mean as fuck. That's kind of my whole thing, is that I understand the TaZe did a thing, or Skylab or whatever the fuck. I understand that. But as far as I understand, that shit was like a year and a half ago or something. And the TaZe, as far as I understand, is like a stupid teenager. We have all done stupid teenager shit. So as much as I think the TaZe is like a moron and I don't like her and whatever, it's still like, let it go. Come on. We cannot hold people to account for their entire lives for stupid shit they did while they were teenagers. That shit is fucking crazy to me. It's unreal. There's no reason for this.
That's still beside the point.
Oh, it is? Okay.
I mean, like, it's not about her. It's about how Makenshi reacted to something about her.
Right. That's it. Well, I mean, it is beside the point. Like, the exact details of what she did is beside the point. But my thing is having this type of like super vitriolic, like visceral reaction to somebody that did something that, I mean, that, I don't know. It's just, that's weird to me. And that sucks. That sucks that people do that.
Can you check real quick? Thread from Skyshard. It should probably should be on Arch's list.
That's Skyshard.
Yep.
Skyshard Melody.
Yep.
I remember seeing it.
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh.
Sometimes.
Nope, not this one.
No. That's the new one. There was a screen cap from Discord, from DMs with him. Boom, 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 boom.
He said.
It's about when Skyshard tried to.
There it is.
Yes,
well, since we're sharing, I didn't want to talk about this one since it kind of felt personal and I felt guilty too. But now I'm finding more and more stories like this. By the way, I didn't knew he was the only one in EQD by that time. I'm sorry. I'm getting so much is getting to the surface. And Makenshi is looking at an email.
This is a screenshot from an email box, because Skyshard was wondering.
Hang on, one second. 12 in chat. You can join the Discord server that's in the description, and you can drop it in stream text. The stream text channel in the Discord server in the description is where you can drop links. Go ahead.
So Makenshi screenshotted the email inbox of Equestria Daily. Since he is in charge of music, he sees all the submissions, and Skyshard was concerned that the track Skyshard released on A State of Sugar did not get any attention whatsoever. No reviews, no posts, not on not on Horse Music Herald, not on Equestria Daily, nowhere. So Skyshard decided to just send the track directly to Equestria Daily, and Makenshi responded with that.
Wow.
So that he saw that track, and you can just read the response out loud, because it just.
Velvet in chat says this is one of the most cringiest conversations, gatekeeping in its purest form. Oh, okay. So Makenshi's looking at this email, or sends a screen cap of the email, and responds, "Why did you send that to the EQD email knowing that I'm the one who reads and replies to them, LOL. Not only that, but knowing that I'm in charge of EQD's music section. So knowing that you don't need to let me know about it anyway, since I'm already subbed to you for a while now, and I even left my comment on the song, so you actually knew for sure that I already knew about it." And then he posts a screen cap of his comment.
Yep.
"You even put a love heart on it, so I know you've seen it. So you already knew I was in charge of EQD's music section and already posting your stuff accordingly, but you still sent that email to EQD, and I can't really figure out why. I just hope it's not because you felt entitled to a post and were impatient and tried your luck with that email." Jesus Christ. Not only sending
I know, right?
I mean, really. Not only sending an email to EQD instead of talking to me about it here, possibly hinting at hoping that maybe someone else would see it and post it, which is kind of disrespectful of my work. But but just asking for a post like that while you knew I was in charge and already doing my best and have already posted you so many times before. Seems especially a bit disrespectful to the effort I put in every day for Pony musicians. I'm just letting you know how it looks like, how such an email feels in my position, so that you know for next times. But no worries, you're fine.
This is a lot to take in. This is like guilt tripping someone for asking, and guilt tripping for being disrespectful, and like it's I don't know how to formulate that. I'm out of words.
Wow.
This is just
Simon or the Mad Hatterburnium chat says, fun fact, after Skyshard came out with her screen caps, Makenshi removed all her stuff from Pony Family from already released albums. Jesus.
Yes. Makenshi made his own compilation album and called it Pony Family, because all other compilation albums are just biased and they suck. And
Right.
they have no rights to exist in the brony fandom, because it's not the brony way. Because you cannot be passionate about music if you're striving to be a professional.
Right. That's
in his world, you know. So, damn, this is just. Oh, by the way, quick message: if Burning Griffin's still watching the stream, you can jump right in the stream voice, because like I was waiting for Arch to leave because I don't want to the voice chat to be crowded. So
right. Okay. So 12 sent the thingy. 2-3 level 3 sent the thing. But anyway, we're back to this. He says, TaZe Alias Case 3. Okay. So nobody's side. It's better. Okay. I don't like what she's done, but she's still my friend, you know. Well, it's better if you say nothing to her. I'm not anybody's personal army, though. You feel... it's too bad you're friends with someone who's the kind to ask someone else to do things in their stead, instead of asking me directly, though, frowny face or whatever that is. If I were you, I'd teach her some manners to be a friend. Jesus Christ. I'm not taking offense that you're following blindly that your friend of yours teaching her, instead of teaching her that she should come to me instead. But that still would have been better. Sometimes friends take a wrong path and you have to show them how to do things. Not that I should care in this particular instance, but I really don't appreciate these kinds of things coming to me, and especially from someone who has done bad stuff. This was in January 22nd of 2021. So this would have been the bad stuff, by the way, I'm pretty sure is like one full calendar year away, like the bad stuff. And that just seems wild to me that this person did a thing a year ago, acknowledged it was wrong, and is trying to distance themselves from that and be like, all right, I fucked up. And I just, oh my God, it bothers me that the TaZe is going to be held to account for that for the rest of their fucking lives. That just bothers me. Anyway, you're preaching to the converted. Like, I get it. I just don't. This is Arch, by the way. I get it, but I just don't want to lose people anymore for whatever it means. For whatever it means, I don't feel used. Simon, that's literally what it was at Scooney. Makenshi thought anyone who remotely put an effort into being professional wasn't passionate about music anymore. I gotcha. I don't want to sound good or whatever. But anyway, so Arch says, it's not like she demanded me to do that because, you know, I don't negotiate with terrorists. I just think has a lot of issues and enough on her plate right now, and she needs to heal before she can reform and redeem herself. Yeah, I get it. That was your decision. Still, in your place, I wouldn't have accepted to do it just like that. Not only because of the effect it would have on me, but also just to tell her that it's not the way to do things. I do not have a place between your conflict. I just want to be clear about that. Makenshi. but I get that you wanted to take the chance and to help and thought of doing good. Oh, I don't have any conflict with her. She hasn't even talked to me, LOL. Arch. I don't have a place. Oh, wait. Arch. I refuse to distance myself from something I have nothing to do with. I get you don't like each other, but whatever is going on between you two, not me. You're closer to her than she is to me. Again, it's not that I don't like her, and there's nothing going on between she and I. It's just a thing that happened. She's asking you. That's bothering me and disappointing me. I don't feel any animosity towards her. I'm just making you aware that maybe you could do better things to help than just following her and forwarding her request to me, because you're on her side there. Listening to her instead of thinking, hey, is it the proper thing to do? I know how Kenshi will feel about that. I get that you can't think of everything, but yeah, would be cool to have a think about that for her sake and for the sake of future people who could have a similar thing happening to them because a friend asks you to do something in their stead. Also, quote, I just think she has a lot of issues and none of her are playing right now. This is a quote from Arch. He responds, if she would be, quote, healing right now, then she wouldn't make such demands. Anyway, I've said my part, and like I said, if you want to be respectful toward me, best you could do is say nothing to her. But if you do, for example, forward her what I told you, and then I will know whose side you're on. What? Why? I mean, okay.
Don't even ask me. I'm as shocked and fucked as you are right now.
That's crazy. Sorry for the vent. Just kind of upset from all this. I get that you had no ill intents yourself. It's no, I don't know. That just seems like the reasonable thing to do. That, hey, I'm not on good terms with person A, so I'm going to have person B, who is on good terms with person A, contact person A in my stead, because I don't want it to blow up into a huge thing. I don't want this person to, like, whatever. I just don't see why that's so unreasonable, but apparently that's, like, really disrespectful for some reason. Anyway, I've got to say this is making me extremely uncomfortable. This is Arch. I got to say this is making me extremely uncomfortable, if I can be honest. Like, I know what you mean, but, well, as I stated before, then I will know whose side you're on. I'm not going to distance myself from something that I have nothing to do with. I'm on nobody's side, and I find it really difficult to take in / read what you're trying to say to me here. I have no love lost, but it confuses me. Makenshi. Well, if you accept her request without saying anything, then you are on her side. What? In the way you will do whatever she asks of you, regardless if it's wrong or not. Jesus Christ, he's acting like Arch just fucking threw down his entire life and just, fulfilled some kind of crazy request when it's a message. It's just a quick little message. It's not that big of a deal. Anyway, I'm just kind of accept that you're valuing her request more than respecting me. Granted, maybe you couldn't have imagined how it must feel on my end to receive a message like that, but still, I just hoped you'll respect how this has made me feel. Arch, of course I do, but can I be real for a second? It really feels like you're using our friendship as leverage while kind of lecturing me about TaZe doing that to me. With all due respect, but I don't take kindly to that kind of projection. I honestly feel offended that you would think that I wouldn't respect you more / less than the request I got for something that I have no and refuse to have a part in. Oh, that I have I have no part in and I refuse to have a part in. Because I know you mean well and that you are a good person. Makenshi, nah, you got it wrong. Arch, I need a moment to think about this before I'll come back to you about it. I'm going to say stuff that I don't mean, and perhaps this is just a misunderstanding, but please understand I'm not angry at you, I'm just confused. Makenshi, yeah, you misunderstood what I said, that's all. Just read again and have a think. Arch, oh, by the way, this is recommended from my psychologist to, like, take a step back and think about stuff, I'm making progress, I think, LOL. Makenshi, or, just forget it. Never mind. If you don't get what I was trying to say, just don't understand and keep doing what you're going to do. Arch, of course, but dude, I respect you, not on a certain level, pure respect and love. Please don't think I'm not on your side. It makes me anxious when people talk about sides. Makenshi. Good. I think that's good advice. Thanks. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, I kind of used a strong word there. Sorry about that. I didn't really mean that strongly. I could have found a better way to explain myself. Arch. It's okay. I get it. I struggle with that as well. No love lost. That's on blood. Hugs. Hugs back from Makenshi. So did you abstain from telling TaZe anything, or did you tell her anything about this? And MC Arch comments a quote. Also, if Makenshi replies, I really don't want to see it. I've got enough to deal with on my plate right now. MC Arch. I'm staying out of it, though. Whatever is going on between you two, that's between you and not me. I guess the TaZe Ponsky or whatever, Ponsky or whatever the fuck. Okay, I didn't want you in it anyways. Arch says, cool. Makenshi. And that's all, nothing else? The convo started with TaZe saying, hey, Arch, I know this is a lot to ask, but can you ask Makenshi to remove my new alias from the page? I would do it myself, but I don't have their Discord. I don't want my new alias tied to my actions of my past self. As you've said yourself before, my past is not today. And then the link. I can care less if they make some kind of diss track. I just want my new alias off. And after your cool, you didn't talk about it again. And then MC Arch responded, but I don't know if this is whatever. But okay. Some of the stuff he's saying is just bad. I don't know who this is. Who is saying this? Some of the stuff he's saying is just bad, just plain bad. Also, I looked for the article. Guess who wrote it? He himself made sure TaZe's new alias in the article to expose her, I guess. And for the record, in case you're still friends with TaZe, I actually do believe her that she's finally learned her lesson. And so if she wants to come back to making fandom music, if she hasn't already and has just been buried, I'd fully support that. Okay. Oh, that's Simon. That's Simon saying this. I got you. So Simon said that, and that was the last message here. That's really weird. That's just strange. Did we read these ones? The Velvet ones? Yes. Yes, we did.
Probably.
Yeah. We read it on
Twitter.
Yeah, on Twitter.
There should be like one more from me, I think, somewhere. It's like I remember like leaving another thread afterwards.
Oh, this is a post from Simon to Kenshi. I think we've got enough there. We ran over Skyshard's thing. We have a Drake. I recognize the name.
Yeah, he's also an Horse Music Herald editor, I think.
So DrakeEmber Hart. Back then I had a look at who wrote that article because it was sus that it was so focused on TaZe and not the song. Yeah, it's weird. But I guess we know now. But anyway, so Drake says there is something else I need to say that everybody needs to realize. None of this that we are doing is going to make him change. I can confirm that multiple people have tried to reason with him logically and reasonably, myself included, over the last year and a half, asking very good and reasonable questions about his decision making, and he basically wasn't having it as we speak, he probably doesn't care about any of this being said because he has it in his mind that his way of thinking is right. He would constantly tell us a lot in these last few months. He was a part set of our platform to trust his decision making, and if we didn't, he got upset and would go into our DMs and criticize us for not trusting him and going against him. He took very personally and let us know in DMs about it. Here's some screen caps. The tomato soup cake made. Makenshi says, yum, GG. And then there's a screen cap of a Discord message from Drake that says, "That doesn't make any sense at all that such a drastic change to the platform was not decided as a group by all main staff members. Spectra even said himself that major choices and changes have to be group discussion and decision." And EPT, I guess, exploding pony toast. And and exploding pony toast. That's fair. Thanks for being honest. And Makenshi says, "Why are you going against me? Dude, I'm just confused, that's all. And the fact that you talked to main staff about this change is strange. Can't you just trust everything is actually fine and I did what's necessary and didn't do this out of nowhere on my own? I can explain and you would understand, but I'd rather not go into details. Can't you just trust me?" Drake says, "No problem. I was just confused." Like, it's so weird.
Shit.
I've seen a couple of memes now where people were just all like, "Dude, trust me," or "Source, dude, trust me." And I didn't realize that he actually was saying that often.
Yes.
"Dude, trust me."
That particular wording of that, like, "Trust me, I can explain that, but I don't want to, and I won't to. Just trust me. But I can explain that. I have proofs. I have a perfect explanation, but I won't tell you anything. Just trust me." This is fucking
crazy.
This is manipulative as fuck.
Yeah. It does come off that way, but especially because he has such a great reputation that this probably worked. It probably worked on a lot of people, where he was like, "Just trust me," and then they were like, "Well, okay then," you know.
Exactly, because like he made that kind of reputation for himself over the years, like helping all the musicians and all that shit, and now no one questions him anymore. No one disagreed with that with him like openly, and when they try to disagree with him, he just blocks them, and the person that was shadow banned, blocked, and who had like any disagreement with him, they thought like, maybe I'm just alone, maybe that's maybe it's me exclusively who has a problem with him, so I won't speak up against him because everyone will laugh at me, because like that's just my problem now, and I'm on my own and no one will believe me. And everyone kept silent about it for so long, for like since Arch said it's since 2018 or 2019 or something like that. So it's been like nearly like 3 or 4 years. Everyone kept silent because everyone thought that they were always like on their own, that they were just their problem, that they were problematic, and because Makenshi worded it that way, that he is innocent, like in the right robe and like on a white horse or something like that, and everyone else is just everyone else's fault. He's innocent, and so he made everyone believe that it's not his fault; it's everyone else's fault. He has an excuse, and this is his mental health. This is a perfect excuse, Yeah. And so no one spoke up against him until recent.
I can definitely see that, especially in the context of him having such an enormous amount of influence in the Brony music sphere, that it's really wild to me. This "dude, can you just trust me" thing is like, he had to have known how incredibly influential that phrase would be, considering his position. It's wild to me.
And
crazy.
Another thing, like Velvet said in the chat, that like I often complain to Soul about it, so they knew all along. Yes, we did know all along, but even I would not believe it. I wouldn't believe my own sister, Like, I was like blind. I admit it, because it wasn't not my experience. Because in my personal experience, I never had any beef with Makenshi in the first place. He helped me a lot in late 2017. We had like really long talk, and he gave me the impulse to like go on with my music, and let's say he just helped me a lot in the same way he helped many musicians in the past. So I had no problem with him. We barely talk to each other. My DMs are like almost clean because like we barely like interacted on Discord, maybe sometimes on Twitter or like in YouTube comments or whatever, but like barely again in person after 2017. So I had no problem with him, and I was like, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe that someone would have a problem with him. He's like, and he is an all-around nice dude. I would not believe that, because like I was also like very, very, very blind, and once all the stories started popping up, well, that kind of changed my opinion and my perspective on the matter. But I am guilty of like trusting him because I thought like that's probably someone else's problem.
Right.
Maybe Makenshi is right. Maybe he is right that it's not him being problematic, but everyone else. I would trust that because I trusted Makenshi, just
Right.
as many other folks trusted him in the first place. So yeah,
I
I can take the blame for that. I can take the blame for like being blind and like naive, if you can say so.
I understand. Okay, so Makenshi responds with no problems. I was just confused. Makenshi responds, it's a new idea that I'm trying out to help everyone, and I will explain this in the chat now. It's not set in stone. I'm only ever listening to feedback and trying to make things better. And then quote, okay, well, that didn't feel very good in the chat, but I'll trust that you didn't have any ill intents. Okay. Those are the screen caps. This is the last thing he said to me the day before he booted from HMH, or Horse Music Herald. This was very common, and I was considered a trusted friend by him, and this is how he talked to me. I was playing dumb, by the way, in this because at the time I was in direct communication with a lot of the musicians. Ooh. No bueno. No bueno.
Can you open the document that 12 linked in stream text?
Yeah. Yeah. So,
also, that picture, that picture I photoshopped in stream text.
Oh, they asked me to work, but without respect.
No, the one below, the one I posted. Can you like bring it up on screen because I want everyone to see it.
All right.
I'm so proud when I make memes. They are so stupid and like shameless.
Pony sect, pony music made with love and passion.
That's that's the header of the Pony Family Bandcamp. I mean, it actually says Pony Family, but we know best. We know better now. So,
Right.
Anyways,
okay, so we're looking at my Makenshi story. This is 12.
Yep.
Okay, so let me. Oh no. Okay, so we're putting our thinking caps on and we're reading the 12. Okay. After hearing all the stories about people and their interactions with Makenshi, I need to talk too. I've always had a lot of respect for Mac. They're the reason why I continued to make music back in 2019, but I'm now realizing how I got emotionally manipulated recently due to some label promotion. Here are some screenshots about it. Sadly, they are in French, so here are the originals with translation below. I all started because I wanted some help with the promotion of Vibe Pony's latest album, New Relief, released on the 17th of December. They're in French. Great, yeah, that's what she said. Okay, so there's that. Hang on. Now I'm curious. Makenshi. Because he and I have talked in DMs, but it's always been super chill. Where I'm just like, hey, check out this stuff. But it's just like, I meant blocked as in blocked from going any further, not as in my account getting blocked. I don't know. I'll read over these later, because now I wonder how many times he has said something, and it just makes me want to go back over our messages. Jesus Christ, we texted a lot. That's kind of weird. I'm glad I didn't send anything not safe for work while I was scrolling through it that fast. But anyway, okay. So 12. No worries. Do you think you can make a post on EQD? Merry Christmas, by the way. This is in French, but this is the English translation. Makenshi. Maybe not for the album, but if Blue Brony uploads the track, I'll post it. Smiley face. Merry Christmas to you too. I spent my Christmas at work, but hey, it takes what it takes. Why not for the album? Excuse me. I don't really like this kind of questions, but maybe you can understand why. But okay, I'll make an exception because I know you meant no harm, especially after some reactions I got in the comments. I thought I would be careful to post only what is inspired by MLP for the moment. To my knowledge, only one track of this album has a connection with MLP, so I don't know if it's enough. The French Prony community is cringe. Well, the French are cringe, so I'm sorry. Anyway, so apparently there's not enough pony. He felt like there's not enough pony on this album, so I don't know if it's enough. If half the tracks were pony, then maybe I'd think about it again and again. On EQD, I only post what's really relevant to the fan community, and people will definitely think that's good music and all. But some people might say, what's the deal with MLP? And I can't justify myself this time. I had made an exception in the past with one of your solo albums. You asked me, and it was a fundraiser, so I agreed to make an exception. But if I remember correctly, it was precisely in this post that I had bad comments. I do not think to make a new exception, but you never know. Maybe I will change my mind. Same for Ponies at Dawn albums. Half or more of the tracks in them aren't ponies, so I figured I'd post the individual tracks when they come out instead. I think it's just that way. Vibe Ponies is my pony label, if you don't know. I did not know, but I do now. Okay. 12. But the whole album here is inspired by the show. Know that every track I do is inspired by MLP, even if the title is not. I'm sorry, I'm having trouble understanding this reasoning. If you don't want to post, too bad, I understand, but it's your choice. I just think it's a shame anyway. I have to go. Have a good day. Emoji there. This is a second screen cap. Translated, Makenshi. But the whole album is inspired by the show. Well, I didn't know. It's written nowhere, so I didn't think. I know that every song is inspired by MLP, even if the title is not. Okay, they're the same sometimes when I'm not told, and when it's not explained, I can't know XD. I'm sorry I'm having trouble understanding this reasoning. Well, it's simple. Community fans equals fan works on MLP. If it's just unrelated music, it shouldn't be posted on an MLP news site. But again, it's not always obvious whether it's inspired by MLP or not, especially when it's said nowhere and it's not obvious in the music. If you don't want to post, too bad. I understand, and it's your choice. Reply with thumbs up. You also have a nice day. Okay. Makenshi. But the whole album is inspired by the show. Oh, yeah. And just to clarify, it's fine if the organizer says the album was inspired by MLP when it was conceived. But of course, that doesn't change the tracks themselves. Each track depends, of course, on the musician who made it. It's up to each musician whether their track is inspired by MLP or not. Some album organizers make explicit MLP themes for their albums, though, and ask contributors to make tracks related to that theme. And that's very cool. For example, Core Equestria series from Equestrian Terror Corps. But here is in the case of New Leaf, even if you add your two songs, if you say they're inspired by MLP, That makes for the moment 3 Pony songs to my knowledge out of 16, so that's why. And you told me you don't know if the others are Pony or not. So as far as we know, there are only 3 in the album that are. So we can't say that it's an example of Pony songs for now. I'll be honest, this is from 12. I'll be honest, I think it's stupid, but your choice and I respect. I assume it's the same for Horse Music Herald. I don't understand what's stupid. Makenshi, I'm sorry. Makenshi, I don't understand what's stupid. EQD is an MLP news site, right? It's just logical, actually. 12. Picture. 5 Ponies Plaza. And an arrow that's too small to see.
There is like a rule in Vibe Pony's like submission form that says that your track, the track you submit must be somehow related to the community or the ponies or MLP as a show or something like that.
Okay.
Let me check real quick because I'm pretty sure 12 keeps the same thing in the new album submission form. Hold on. Tracks must have some relation, direct or tangential. Fucking English pronunciation. To MLP or the fandom. Tangential. Okay. Tracks must have some relation, direct or tangential. To MLP or the fandom. Period. That's the requirement for the submissions for Vibe Ponies albums.
Okay, so Makenshi says, I don't understand what stupid MLP is and blah, 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 blah. Okay, picture. It's in the Google Doc. Anyway, I don't want to argue with you. I find it just a pity, but good. Makenshi, it's in the New Leaf one too. And you checked it for every track? Because yes, I had seen that at one time, but not after. And I'm not sure how much control you do about it. You couldn't tell me the relationship with MLP of the other tracks, so I guess you didn't ask/check. Don't just write it in the doc, you have to apply it. If you apply it and everyone says yes, there is no problem. 12. And how do we get a little promotion? Is Horse Music Herald, is it the same? Another screen cap. But it's just that sometimes we see things. This is Makenshi, but it's just that sometimes we see things and we think that maybe it's Pony, and when we ask the musician, he reveals that in fact it's inspired by something else entirely. And you see, we just can't post that on EQD, I guess. So you still have to know. Well, if in fact most of the songs are not inspired by MLP, you will probably have better luck with general music initiatives. It all depends on the context. 12. And Horse Music Herald. And this is like the third time we've asked. If it's mostly fan works on MLP, it has a link with the community. Otherwise, it's music people make, bronies or not. And Horse Music Herald. In your opinion, what is Horse Music Herald? XD. Horse Music Herald. We will not post music that has nothing to do with Horse Music Herald. On the other hand, if the individual pieces come out and are Pony, yes, why not? I see. So I'm going to go see all the label managers, and we are going to have to create our own info site. We need promotion. You can't imagine how much. Anyway, have a good day. Makenshi. As if musicians who make general music ask me to be posted on Horse Music Herald. I can't give you a thumbs up just because it's you. Do you understand? I already did it once. 12. It's not just me. It's the other labels. A State of Sugar, Equinity, Ponies at Dawn. I'm going to skip all the talking there because it's way too long, but we were arguing about promotion, that all the labels should ask for proofs that at least 50% of the album is inspired by the show, which I find it really stupid.
And it is.
It is.
Most certainly. It most certainly fucking is. This is
what was
This
the
goes
name of
back
this
to-
drama?
to the-
Ponies in name only, I think is the name of
yeah,
the drama.
Yeah.
When this first started coming out and people would like, I made a song, I am a brony musician, I got my start in the brony community, and now we are all brony musicians together or whatever, and I made this song, and then you put like a pony whatever, and because you don't say hooves or every pony or like one of the name of the canon characters or some shit like that, then it was
Or
pony
don't
and name
sample
only.
20% cooler, louder, and all that.
If you don't have, hi, my name is Pinkie Pie and I made this party just for you, then it wasn't a brony song or wasn't brony related or whatever. And that, yeah, the ponies in name only was a really annoying drama. Yeah, I remember that. But this feels somewhat the same, or maybe exactly the same. I don't even know. But according to 12, this is why this person is shadow banned. I think. I don't know, to be honest. But anyway, the promotion drama on Twitter. So I decided to tweet about it without attacking Makenshi, Horse Music Herald, or Equestria Daily. From Matt Hatterbrony in chat. Next fun fact, there was a team already assembled for A State of Sugar Eclair, the newest Equinity, and the newest Equestrian Terror Corps articles on Horse Music Herald, but Makenshi shut it down. Probably due to this drama, if I'm putting that together correctly.
So like no promotion was ever posted, like no promo articles were posted to Horse Music Herald. So including this also refers to that screen cap from Skyshard, because Skyshard's track was on A State of Sugar album Eclair, and there was no Horse Music Herald article, and there was no article on EQD, and that's why Skyshard sent a message to Equestria Daily without knowing that Makenshi is the only one who looks after music on Equestria Daily, and got that fucking response. So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So 12 tweeted, bronies make fucking bangers, but not getting promoted because it doesn't have a direct link to MLP. I find that stupid, but whatever. I might just be the problem, I guess. And then Makenshi DM'd me about it, all in French and shit. Okay, so Makenshi says, I didn't think you were the type, frowny face. Not cool. Of course, everyone will think it's me. By making this tweet, you indirectly target me and call for Discord for everyone to attack me. Even if it's not your intention, do not vent on Twitter publicly. Afterwards, you have shit drama. You have shit drama, people who say nonsense and it hurts others. Me, in this case. If you need to vent, you do it in private, preferably with the person concerned. I'm sorry. Is 12 on your fucking payroll? Like, what is this? Why? Like, what? Okay. If you need to vent,
I am as confused as you are.
That's wild to me. Okay. But not like this. I really didn't think you were the type. I hesitate to look at the answers because I risk seeing hatred towards me, people who misunderstand, and so on. I want to be clear, this is not an attack to any promotional website or person. People who work for those websites are making great work for sure. They don't deserve hate or anything. This is not a hate tweet. Who's this?
Griffin.
Yes.
He wanted to jump into the voice chat, but like I lowered the number of users who can stay in the voice chat, so he had to wait until Arch left.
Okay.
I basically just asked him to wait for a little bit. Now that Arch is not around, so he could join. So he wanted to. I assume he wanted to add a few bits himself because like he also has something to say about it.
Arch left. I'll just chill here.
Oh.
What I initially wanted to say while Arch was still here is that he mentioned that it was all because of personal beef, and in my opinion, the TaZe thing, it wasn't just personal. Maybe it was like a bit of personal beef, but didn't she like steal music, like legitimately just steal music
Yeah. But that was
and try
that
to
is
get away?
True.
Yeah, but
This happened, but it's over a year old. Like, this is well over a year old. And as far as I understand, this TaZe person is like 19. I want to say they're like 18, 19 when this shit went down. And we've all of us teenagers have done stupid shit. We've all been there. And I don't think it's okay to hold this person to account for something they did when they were a stupid teenager for their entire lives. You see what I'm saying?
and like I said,
I guess.
it's
I
still
mean,
beside the point.
if it happened outside like the pony music,
TaZe was like
in
24, I think? No
in the,
way.
in the mainstream music thing, if that happened like not in pony, that would have been over right there and then, like with no like redemption whatsoever.
I mean, I guess so. TaZe was like 24. There's no way. There is no way. She was staffing my label? Holy shit. Okay, well, that just makes her dumber, okay? Sure, she's an idiot. But there's a difference between saying, I am going to, like, learn from the mistakes of this person. Like, this person did a bad thing, and I'm going to learn from that. And I'm going to say that this person is, you should understand, or whatever. This is the context of this person's existence. You should, like, be heavily critical of everything that they put out because it might not be theirs, type of thing. Because apparently it happened twice while they were in their mid-20s. But there's a difference between that and, like,
And calling everyone a Nazi.
and being really hateful towards this person. That's my thing. And don't get me wrong, that kind of stuff, like you're talking about, the SJW shit, is super cringe and it's very annoying, and I do not like her for that reason. But my whole thing is that, like, what she did was bad and everything, but people go all the fuck out and, like,
No, believe me, it doesn't ever go away, because you remember my beef with
it
what's her
should,
face?
though. It should. I think
Potluck?
it should. I really think
You're-
that eventually it should just fade away,
No.
and we should just forget about it, and we should not hold
No.
this person to account for their whole lives.
You remember my beef with Woot over some shit I said about Potluck?
I
That was like
No, I
a
don't
while
remember.
ago.
I don't remember. No.
Well, that's good you don't remember, because some people do fucking remember, and they still reminded me of it.
Wait.
in a
When
very
was
toxic
this,
way.
though?
That was like in 2020.
I might have been in 2020. Okay, well, no, I was still around in 2020. I spent almost a full calendar year blocked by Wootmaster, so I didn't pay attention to anything that he was doing.
That's all still beside the point.
It is so beside the point. My entire point of all this is that people, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what my point is anymore.
I think what you mean to say is people are vindictive. That's it.
Yes, people should stop stop hate following. Don't follow this person around and try to expose them wherever they go and that kind of stuff. That shit is fucking cringe. And that there should be a cool off time where we just kind of forget about bad things that you did, and we should just, like, move along and stop acting like, transgressions, like, that stealing music shit is bad and everything, but you're not. But this, as far as I understand, she acknowledged that it was bad and that she is saying that she wanted to change or whatever. And then I don't think we should just keep bringing it
Yeah, like fucking forget about it.
more or less. Unironically, just fucking forget about it. Okay, so 12 says, I want to be clear, this is not an attack on any person, blah, 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 all that. And then, what is this? For my own mental health. Oh, this must be a translation of Makenshi. Oh, I got you. I'm seeing the message now. So Makenshi said, I don't think it's you with the type, hesitate to misunderstand, and so on. And then Makenshi drops the link to this tweet and says, that's okay. On the other hand, I encourage you in this initiative. On the other hand, all the vent and retweets of the answers, etc., it makes the kind of drama which makes me want to leave all that for my own mental health. Yeah, even some Horse Music Herald staffers agree TaZe deserves to be posted again if she ever makes music again. From the others who didn't specifically state as much, I don't know their opinion. It's Makenshi. True. It is. I really don't want to get stun locked on the TaZe the whole time. It's the world's stupidest drama at this point. I'm super not interested. Anyway, after that, we continued arguing about it. Makenshi was saying that I was attacking them personally. Holy shit! Hang on. Is Makenshi a they them? There's no pronouns in bio. So I've just been saying he the whole time. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong.
Same? Because, like, I don't remember him, like, specifying it's pronounced, like, anywhere.
I met him.
Or, like, pointing out that he does have, like, certain pronouns.
I don't know who put pronouns in their Twitter bio, though. Like, I haven't seen a single person do that.
I see it all the time. I do that. Everyone does that. It's like the basic.
Oh, they only came out to me in DMs a while ago. Are we outing people? That's not good.
Whoa.
That's my bad. Okay.
Whoops.
Not stated. I always went with him as well. You never. Okay, they don't care. I guess they don't care. We'll just do it. Yeah. Anyway. They were asking me to delete the tweets, sending a lot of DMs. I was with my parents for Christmas, and they thought I was now ghosting them. Then I made this tweet because I'm way too nice to calm the drama a bit. What I shouldn't have done. Excuse me. So, link to tweet. Makenshi says, it clarifies your intentions, although I personally doubt it. But I won't prevent the drama, and it bumps the tweet too, so maybe even more people will see it. The best would have been to delete it anyway, I think, because whatever your intentions, it's not the right thing to do, even if you say that now. But if you don't want to delete it, I'll go with it. Did you answer something to Jik? What is it? I don't know if I'm saying Jik correctly. I've always said Jikro, and I hope it's correct. Anyway.
This is how it's pronounced. Jik as in magic, so this is...
Okay.
He is always kind of irritated when someone says JYC row.
I was debating whether or not Jik or Jike or some shit like that.
No, it's Jik row, clearly.
The rain. Anyway, did you answer something to Jik? Well, after what you said, maybe you can just ignore it too. And maybe it will pass without a hitch since he can read what you said afterwards. If you could just reassure me about that, please, I really have to go. Makenshi was referring to Jik's reply on my tweet. Can assure you it's not you the issue, and many other producers in this fandom knows it. That concludes all I had to say. Everything was summarized in short because it would be way too long. I also am really bad at explaining things. LOL. Makenshi is a manipulator and I don't even think they realize it. I want to say though that is not a reason to attack them, but no one deserves it. Okay, yeah. So don't go and obviously harass anybody. Obviously I'm over here defending TaZe against harassment, so definitely don't harass Makenshi over it. My kind of whole thing about it is that it's the whole ponies and name only drama all over again, except now we're going to be attacking people like they're on our payroll trying to control people. But I don't know if Makenshi doesn't know it. I don't really think so.
I'm pretty sure he's well aware of it.
Yes, I believe that. What, you just added a new I don't believe. I think you're correct. I think they are well aware of what they're doing, because they have to know that they have lots and lots of pull in this community, but then they will refuse to provide screen caps for things, and they will just kind of, and it's the dude trust me shit it's got to be intentional. There's no possible way that somebody is just kind of is that I don't know the word, like autistic or some shit, I guess. What else? Oh, this is from Spectra.
He was doing a pretty good job at like hiding his personality. I mean, like I haven't seen like his IRL picture until he traveled to BronyCon, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not a very like public person, and like he is kind of careful. He knows how to behave on the internet, and he knows how to put a mask of a good boy on the internet. And he knows how to deal with that. He knows how to behave properly, and the fact that she sorry he,
It's all right.
Okay, Makenshi. Okay, no pronounce. Fuck the pronounce right now. Okay.
Right.
Makenshi came to fucking 4chan to promote his compilation album. Out of all places on the internet, he came to 4chan, made a thread, and like, hey guys, if you're interested in pony music, we just made a compilation. And you know, I know there are some cases when someone just creates a thread with like pony music, and someone links like Pony Sedon or State of Sugar or any other compilation like randomly from like anonymously, like as usual. But here comes Makenshi and shamelessly promotes his own compilation like on his own. Not that just someone mentions it. He came to 4chan specifically to promote his own compilation. That's just I don't know. It's not bad or anything. It's just why? It's beyond my understanding.
Jick Rowe in chat says, honestly, I don't know if Stallion already saw it already, but one of the most despicable DMs I saw was one of the HMH writers was kicked because depression without any compassion for Makenshi. I don't think I've seen that.
Who was that?
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. Jick Rowe, not sure which one that is, but that might be
Source?
Anyways.
Simon wants in, so Bug, if you could hop out, we can invite Simon in.
You guys are kicking me out, aren't you?
Yeah,
love
because
you.
like, you usually just don't. Well, right now you cannot add much to the conversation as far as I understand. So
Yeah, I guess. All I can say is fuck Makenshi. He can go fuck himself with a 3-foot fucking.
All right, we really don't have to go that hard with it, okay?
I mean, if he has a certain fetish about it, well, why not?
Oh, I mean, yeah, of course.
We're not kink shaming here, you know.
So Spectra said, I've been hesitant to get involved with the discourse on Makenshi.
Yeet!
But I would like to clarify one thing that I previously didn't publicize. He was removed from a Horse Music Herald staff in January this year for the exact behavior that everyone is talking about now. I think I still don't know the extent of the shadow bans. There was no definitive list. It was all just in his head. But they should be lifted now. If we haven't featured music then, since then, it may have just slipped under the radar. Hit me up if that's the case. It was Simon. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, we've seen it then.
Hi, Simon.
Yes. Is Simon in?
Hey.
DC? Hello.
Yeah. So, if you just want me to talk a little bit about what Jigroman mentioned, like I said, I'm not sure how much you saw it because I hopped in kinda in the middle of the stream already running. So if you just want me to clarify a bunch of shit about TaZe Music Herald and what happened there, especially the big change that was mentioned in Drake's things. Yes, Jack, you can. I mean, pretty much most DMs and screenshots are already out there, so just send it to him. So I think the most important bit of context is the big change that Drake questioned in the DM screen cap. It was shown where Makenshi got like really defensive was. So this was at a time where like slowly it was like so to say, building in the underground und small concurrent alliance between a bunch of shadow band musicians against Makenshi. And around that point, it was that he got like more and more aggressive about enforcing his role. And what he essentially did is after Black and Blue left, Makenshi was like, okay, I'm gonna change the system. Keep in mind, and I'm not sure how many people are aware of it, it's Makenshi at no point like had any actual authority to massively change HMH like he did. He just kind of abused the fact that people like Spectra have a private life they also need to take care of, and kind of pronounced himself Emperor Supreme of Force Music Herald. And what he did was he completely revamped the submission system and everything. And the big thing that Drake and I back then were contesting is he said outright that I'm gonna give a yes or no on which song is gonna be featured, and please don't question me, please don't doubt me about it. And he did that like without consent of any of the other main staffers, because there were other main staffers who had just as much power as him, but they were just kind of brushed aside from Makenshi to take this ultimate control, so he could like actively enforce the shadow bans. But obviously at this point we were already knowing the shadow bans were happening, so we got kind of questioning, and that's when Drake got more aggressive. And I think that's what the current on-stream screenshot is from, because at that time my private life was by no definition of the word the easiest, so I wasn't as active as I used to be. I'll go ahead with screenshots.
This is the screenshot that Jix sent to me over Twitter. It says, Makenshi says, yo, that's weird. Okay, I'm sorry. Yo, so I have to ask again, considering you've only made 12 posts in 12 months and haven't made a post for 11 days, do you plan on helping me out with posts at Horse Music Herald on a daily basis? If not, it would be better if you left the server then. It's better if we keep an active team of writers there. Of course, one day you would find the time for it. You'd be welcomed back, so no worries. Simon.
Okay, if I can just like quickly for like 2 seconds interject. What is to be kept in mind at that point, there were a few people who were officially part of HMH who like have actually like not posted in 2 months. Like with 12 posts in 2 months, I was one of the more active people, but I also was one of the people who was like most vocal against Makenshi. So I'm assuming that's why that DM exchange happened, because he was like just looking for a reason to get me out of the way, because I was one of the most vocal voices against his slow assuming of control.
Okay. What is Jesus Christ. Okay. Simon said, I'm sorry, I went through a pretty stressful phase in my private life, and I've only really started to get out of that a little bit ago. Oh my God. Okay, hang on. And have only started to get out of that a little bit ago. I've been trying to get back into writing as my time allows, and now that, as of a few days ago, most of the stress factors are taken care of, I'm trying my best to write for the site again. Just give me a little bit more to get back into the groove, and I'll be delivering again. Once again, I'm sorry. I underestimated the stress certain things would put me through. Makenshi, I'm sorry to hear that you had stressful times. However, I think you had opportunities to write at Horse Music Herald, but you prefer to do other things. And that's okay, but we really need dedicated writers who would put Horse Music Herald first and foremost. More so with what you've just told me, it sounds like you have some sorting out to do. So just take your time with that, and whenever you're ready to come back in full force, as in able to do like 1 post per day, just let me know. But yeah, I plan to do a new call for helping hooves, and I don't want them to see inactive riders in the server whenever they arrive. Huh.
This is
By,
fucking...
by the way, he never did the call for helping hooves. That happened was me asking Arch if he could like post like an old call to action to his server in hopes of like getting just someone to join, because I was trying to say it was music. Makenshi never made that call to attention. And to kind of clarify on what I said, I'm not gonna go into too much details, but looking at the timestamp, I was like, if I had to guess, about like half a month after something happened that I'm not gonna specify, but something happened that essentially puts you completely out of being able to do anything for at least a few weeks. Very, very personal stuff.
Mm-hmm. Jesus. It's just kind of crazy. I remember getting a message like this from Makenshi not too long ago, but when he asked, he was like, hey, are you going to be able to do one post a day? And I was like, fuck no. And he goes, okay, well then I don't think we need you on the team. And I was like, okay, bye. And then that was it.
The thing is, two things. One, that one post a day, no one was abiding by that. Like, I kid you not, because fun fact, Makenshi barely ever posted for HMH themselves. So
that's
they're
funny.
already.
I just realized that I'm sorry. I've just realized I had his DMs open right now, and he said, "Hey, do you still plan out to help out at HMA? It's been 10 days."
You
So
found the thing.
Yeah, it was right there the whole time, and I said, I'm sorry I haven't had a day off work in 9 days, so I've been really, really drained training new people from 0 to 8, or for 10 hours a day, last week and a half. I really want to do it. And he says, well, if this is just a bad time for you right now, then no worries. We'll wait for when you'll be able to help. Thanks for the update. Take care of your health. Important or whatever. And I said, I might be off tomorrow, and I'd love to do a Reddit for you then. And then I never did. I just never went back to it. And I think I've been removed from the server as well.
Yeah, like that's the second thing. Like, the first thing was Makenshi's already a hypocrite for like not posting it. No one, and I mean actually no one, not even the most active poster, which I think at this point were like me and Drake, but I can't say for certain. Not even the most active poster were like abiding by that one post a day rule, because frankly it was massive bullshit that no one could like abide by, that has any semblance of like a fucking private life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, I think, a few days after that. I'm European, so slight time zone different. Says Makenshi is European, but for some reason they're awake through American hours. Don't ask me why. It's like it was always like that for me. At least when we DM, there was always like during American hour. It was mostly in really late the night European. So a few days after that, I woke up to find out I was actually just outright kicked from the Hospitality Carrot server. Like, even after saying, yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't do much lately, but I'm trying my best to pick it up, I was just outright kicked. Which honestly hurt. And Jigro pointed out empathy in the response equals 0. Yeah, the 0 is like the highest. Okay, they work night shift and talk that time. Thanks for the clarification. I did not know that obviously explains it. You've got the thing pulled up, the Arch video, my testimony. That's where like go into deeper detail of what that exact day was like, and like the absolute fucking shock it put me through.
Mm-hmm.
To just like do my best to try, and at this point I was doing my best to rescue the site from Makenshi, and then to find out I was just outright kicked.
Mm-hmm.
And like I could talk about it all disdainful now, especially now that he got removed from EQD and everything, but back then it really fucking hurt, because back then I really thought that was it. The fight's over, we lost.
Oh my god, I fucked that up. Yeah, I meant to look at Sethisto, because he commented on it. He made a quick comment after
Yes.
talking to
He
MC
said
Arch.
he said that he would temporarily take over the
There it is.
there is
he
he would
been filled in on
temporarily
everything.
take over while it was investigated, and Makenshi was or still is, I think, suspended from EQD.
Okay.
So obviously the aim, Arch and pretty much the entire fandom is
Fucking
working
Retro.
towards is replacing. Retro.
Retro is such a fucking dick sometimes.
Retro is the fucking best. Like honestly, Retro is the fucking best. Retro, if you're listening to this, you're the fucking best. I fucking love you, mate.
He's funny. It's just that I understand this response though, because Sethisto totally did seem like he was dodging it at first when he was just like,
You want to know something?
Yeah.
You want to know Seth's initial reaction? I don't know. I know Soulstring was involved. Stan Stoker, I can't recall for the life of me if you were involved back then, but there was a letter to Seth signed by like a boatload of musicians. Like you had your Core, you had your Pegasus, you had your Jig, you had your like I said, Soulstrings, all those people.
It had Velvet and me as well.
Yeah, like
a collective
boatload.
letter to Sethisto sent by Luckrock, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, Luckrock was the one who hit send. It was sent to Sethisto, where this was back shortly before he was removed from HMA. And back then, we got a message. Essentially was Chikra who said, "Yeah, thanks for sending me this. If you think something didn't get featured, send the stuff to me." And then nothing was ever done about it, and Seth essentially just ignored it.
Another thing, like he said, just like if you think something was not posted to EQD that should have been posted to EQD, then send it directly to me. And I tried that. He
didn't do shit
with my stuff that was like semi-recent, and with Illumination stuff from Velvet. We just sent it directly to Seth. It was like semi-recent, but still like it was not featured on EQD at all. So we just wanted to I know it was not released like last week or like yesterday. It was like a few months.
Yeah, it was. It was a bit.
Still, it was not featured at all. Like back in the day, it was no problem.
Jesus,
holy fuck!
Dick shitting Christ fucker. Okay, holy shit, I'm sorry.
Autoplay was invented by the devil. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, fuck off. Okay. My heart just stopped for a second. Like for a second or two, my heart was just.
Somebody
dead.
on Ponytown sent me something, and I'm checking it out, and it's like, and while you guys are running over some details that I'm not familiar with, so I can't I'm not
engaged with it.
No, I can't add anything to it or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, like I was saying, back then it was not the issue when something was released like relatively long ago. It was still featured on EQD like later, maybe like a month later, maybe like 2 months later, after the initial post on YouTube or something like that. It was still featured in any possible way, because like music of the day was a thing back then, and like when it was just not the separate post for like one or two music tracks, but like a compilation of all the brownie music that was found by whoever used to run music on EQD back then. So yeah, and Seth just brushed it off and did not bother at all.
Yeah, Seth just kind of, when it was in private, Seth completely brushed it off. Oh yeah, that tweet is a complete fucking lie. That wasn't
the one. Yeah, that was the one that's the one that 12 was talking about in chat.
Yeah, like 12 pointed out that tweet is a complete fucking lie. He knew exactly what what was going on. He just chose to ignore it because, as much as I appreciate his cooperation, he's still a dick, and I don't like him because he completely fucking ignored it. Like,
There is one good admin at Equestria Daily, and that's KoaPony.
yeah, I do not kid you. At one point, I think there was like shortly before Sethisto gave in, I was about to, because I had like DM'd KoaPony like a long while ago with an inquiry from a friend, and and I was like very close to just DMing KoaPony and saying, "Hey, I think it's a smart idea if you leave EQD, start your own site, like specifically for the artwork, because everyone and their mom would follow that because everyone loves you. You know, a lot of people just hate that you still."
Oh, I got you. I'm sorry.
But I
I
never
was
actually
looking for
sent that message.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, I was reading 12's messages in chat and trying to find something that Luckrock posted, but he didn't post it. It wasn't public.
Oh yeah. The email he mentioned was the thing I hinted at before. Thingy. Yeah, I hinted at before in private that was like signed by all those musicians, including Velvet and Soul String. But yeah, that like never made it public. I think screenshots exist, but no one ever made them public. And to be honest, maybe I could find them, but I don't want to like fucking drag all this shit up again.
I think it better remains private for now because it
Yeah.
still
Exactly.
has a few other names of folks who are
Haven't said anything
Yeah.
publicly yet.
Yeah, exactly.
they are not ready to speak up yet
Right.
because
Yeah.
there's stuff. There is much more fucked up stuff behind that. What we've seen so far on stream. Trust me,
So much shit.
unfortunately, and this is like the most painful stuff. So this is just terrible. I also linked in stream text a thread from a you see
yeah.
not a creator, not a musician, just
A
from
listener.
Yes, basically
Listener's
that,
perspective.
because it is. I think it's also kind of important how
Listeners
the actual
see it.
yes, how the actual audience perceives this whole situation and what's in it for them. So
Okay.
let's go.
Yeah.
I've never seen this.
Yeah,
person.
and
Oh,
I
I'm following
honestly think
this
it's
person.
like a really.
I was like, I haven't seen this, and I'm following them, which is I don't know. Okay.
Well,
I do that
think that's
sometimes.
really good. Yeah,
Okay.
same.
Reflected. I want to go through. Yeah. Reflected a bit and decided to write a thread on the recent drama. Mostly a poorly thought out, stupid rant, but whatever. May delete it later, but who knows? Disclaimer: I'm not a musician nor a music blogger. This is just a perspective from an average music enjoyer. That's a good perspective to have. Everybody we've been talking to are musicians. Okay. Equestria Daily used to be my go-to source for fresh pony music. It's supplied with a lot of single song posts and regularly posted music of the day / bonus music, etc. compilations, and that was a lot of music, sometimes too much music. I still have a couple dozens of old music of the day posts, and I haven't checked it out in the bookmarks. I haven't checked it out yet in the bookmarks. Okay. I didn't like some music, ignored the genre / artists I wasn't interested in, but I could still often find something worth adding to the library. And while the compilation albums were a good source of new music, they've just gotten too large for me to check out in full, and so I relied on Equestria Daily and Horse Music Herald posts featuring tracks from them. And now, Equestria Daily has mostly lost its music discovery use by being gatekept by a piece of shit who raves about values and inclusiveness and how the compilation labels keep musicians out. Oh, the irony. Now,
Exactly.
I do understand that the influx of music has died down somewhat since the first few years. But there's still so much new stuff to discover, but we can't see the full scale of the regression because gatekeeping. It's been quite a while since I last saw a music of the day type post, by the way. And what he writes on the stuff that gets through his shadow bans, I just can't stand it. One thing was seeing his comments on the videos, which used to be nice. Another, when most of the Equestria Daily music posts started being the same bullshit. And now reading all those screen caps, it just keeps getting more and more effed up. I don't know where I'm going with this, just angry with myself for having been fooled, this person for making my experience in the fandom worse, and Equestria Daily for still putting up with him. Rant
Or
over.
rather, Sethisto.
Yeah, rant over if you want to share, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Luck tagging Horse Music Herald. Cool. Okay, you were saying?
Yeah, also very importantly, here's that's another one most of EQD Music's posts started being the same is he tried to he actively tried to pressure Makenshi actively tried to pressure us into like making the same kinds of articles as him. Like, I have no idea like how many people in here have like actually ever read any of my articles, but they tend to get a bit in depth. I tend to like talk a lot about smaller details. They like that I personally like about the song and tend to get like a little bit longer. Like, I have articles up on House Musical that like are north of 700 words in total. And the thing is, he wanted to like, and he actively like, quote, not really pressed, but he actively like encouraged me in DMs to every time just like saying, oh, like 2 sentences is enough. Like, he was like actively, I want to say ordering, yeah, ordering. He was like actively ordering me to like cut down my articles in length, even after I like had people tell me they really like that I go this and that. But he kind of wanted to like, let's say, quote unquote, standardize is all the articles to look like the ones he writes for Equestria Daily, and to like have everything written in his style. And I'm not the only one who he like told that he pretty much despised. It's as if anyone like had their own style that like he didn't agree with. He just he just more or less hated it for some reason. If anyone ever like dared to have their own style of writing and like dared to have like a different approach to songs than he had, because to speak honest, his approach of writing articles is bland and boring as shit. That's like the best way I can say it. In my honest opinion, his approach is boring and shit. You can think, you can have like a different opinion on it, but I don't like it. It's like, especially in his Equestria Daily posts, you can see it's like, it's unimaginative, it's uncreative, there's no love in it. It's just a bland mass of bleh, just for the sake of like having the name of the song put somewhere.
Right. DrakeEmber Heart in chat says, Yo, Stalin, I wish I could have contributed to this conversation. I would be more than happy to talk to you at a later date about the things Simon and Arch said to you. Okay. I mean, hit me up anytime. I'm always available. Pretty much always available. I get to my, I always get to my, to messages eventually.
Yeah.
You can also like join the voice chat if you want. Right now. I mean,
I don't know if there's anything much else to go over. I think we've pretty much covered all of it. It has been over 3 hours.
have you checked like Arch's document like in full, like all the links to the threads and everything?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like the red text.
He
The red
had
text
his,
is also linked.
Yeah, he had his Google Drive. We went through all of the screen caps and all 4 of the folders, I'm pretty sure. And then we went through the Velvet thread, the DrakeEmber Heart thread, and then Soulstrings thread, Spectra thread. Yeah, and then this is all this. I kind of glanced over this. This is what he was saying, what he told us on stream. I'm a yeet now. Y'all have a great stream, because more than likely they shared to me of things I want to say. I don't have time today because I'm jam packed with real life. Yeah.
Yeah. understandable.
So yeah, I think we're good here. That's really, really sad shit. Like, I really, really liked Makenshi, and it's really sad to.
I mean, so did I. I mean, I mentioned it somewhere, but like, he's the one who like got me into pony music promotion and all that jazz. He was the one who built pony music promotions. So to say, no, let me just but can you not be a buggy piece of shit for once?
You're all right.
There we
man.
go.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna quickly. Where is it? That's the drama shy thing. I mean, what was like the bramble shadow thing addressed?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was addressed. God damn it, I hate scrolling so fucking much. There it is. I have a good mouse, but my fingers just despise scrolling. That's the folder.
Oh, I did. Yeah, we went over your thread, DrakeEmber Heart. I'm just
yeah,
watching this.
we went over
this Microsoft Paint speed paint that this guy made of my little band characters. And it's just the coolest.
I think that was gone on.
It's so awesome. He did so good.
Yeah.
That's fucking
pretty
awesome.
good for like what's going on about? Okay, I know. I just like had another quick chat. Yeah, to kind of like repeat what you've probably gone over, like my little paragraph in Archie's thing where I pointed out it was always him, and it was him calling the big shots, and it was him like dictating what was pony and what not. So yeah, there is some narcissism in there with Makenshi. Like, not gonna lie, there's definitely some narcissism in there with like his focus on like him being the big guy, being the big shot, being the one who has like ultimate authority. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I think that should be about it from everything we can address. I can yeah, I think that should be about it. I mean, yeah, that should pretty much be everything from the what I can see right now
Dude, I
from
gotta
all
go
the
hook you up later.
different.
Maybe we can talk in voice chat. I'm always available, bud. I appreciate you stopping by. And I think what he said was very, very true. He said we all loved Makenshi, and that's why this kind of hurts so much. And
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. It's really
It's like a shock therapy.
yeah, it's really, really
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, pretty much like pretty much everyone like loved Makenshi. I mean, that's why no one cared about the shadow ban. It's like the first time I was like, it was brought to my attention that there's a shadow ban in existence from like Makenshi DMs. It was like, hey, okay, Makenshi says insert person. I'm not sure once the name mentioned. Kind of like backstab Tim and second person, I'm not sure if they want that name mentioned, but probably not at all, kind of help with that, and therefore said song that like both of them are on doesn't get featured. It was like, okay, if you manage to like get Makenshi thinking bad of them, then there has to be like something big happened, because it crossed none of our minds that like at all Makenshi would be malicious to anyone, so to say.
Right, and that's kind of what I think Velvet was getting at in chat when she said, "For me, it hurts because no one believed me," and yeah, I can understand that because like I said, it was wild, you know, that this guy that was so outwardly nice to everybody would be that way. It was fucking crazy.
Yeah, and like the only reason why I kind of like dug deep into the whole thing was because Archie's like, and make no secret of it, Archie's like a very dear friend who I have to thank for a lot of shit that would have got me a lot without Arch, and that's pretty much the only reason where it clicked in my mind of something can't be entirely right when two people who I trust to have no malicious feelings towards really anyone are suddenly at a disagreement. That's like the only reason why it clicked in my head, because the person on the other end was Arch.
Yeah.
With like those previous two people that I won't name here for their sake, I didn't know them personally, and especially not as closely as Arch, so I kind of just accepted it and went on with the whole thing because it was Makenshi saying it.
Right. Well, we've been at this for almost 3.5 hours. I think we have probably milked this for as much as long a stream as this is gonna get.
As much as there is in like any information for now about it all, because like
right,
it all happened like throughout several days, starting a Sunday with that article on it could be being the last row, and then it all just
then it all just
exploded.
exploded.
Yes, and it kept going for several days, and like with each new thread, with each new response, there was plus another person who was like, actually, looking at all those threads, I have something else. I have something to say myself. And then someone read that thread and said, actually, I do too have something to say. And it just kept building up and growing and like folks, as if they just they just woke up from it. Woke up and realized that they were not alone all this time.
Yeah, it was kind of like this bomb realization all of a sudden that kind of swept through the fandom, and especially through the smaller musicians, like especially Skyshard mentioned it, how she didn't want to didn't really want to speak out, or didn't really feel like speaking out, because as a small musician, you can't really speak out against the Makenshi, well, pre-drama. So yeah, it kind of like needed this push from others who were, but like had a lot more quote unquote influence to their voice, like Arch, to kind of come forward, especially the video from Arch and I kind of launched the whole thing, because that's when like the first click happened with people that, oh my god, this is not just me who's like had bad experiences with this person. This is the big problem.
Thank you for everything and making sure we'll not get PTSD after all that story. I just kind of have trust issues, but that's unrelated. It's something else. Like
Yeah, but
I've been on the internet for a very long time. Not as long as most people though, because I didn't like grow up on the internet or whatever. But the point that I'm getting at is that I have learned I keep to myself for the most part. If somebody wants to do a promotion or whatever, that's cool and whatever. But for the most part, like I keep to myself, and sometimes times like these, it's like really I'm grateful for that. That I just kind of do my thing, and yeah, it sucks. It sucks because I really do.
yeah,
I don't like hate Makenshi or anything or whatever, but it's just it sucks.
yeah.
Because you hope
and
whenever you like somebody and they start to get canceled on Twitter. There's been a couple of times where somebody's I like is getting canceled, and then you look into it, it's like, oh, it's completely bullshit, and then that's fun because
Yeah.
then I can drama frog on Twitter and just disagree with everybody, and that's fun and everything. But then when it turns out that the person you like is actually doing shitty things, it's like, well, fuck, man, that's a lot less
Yeah.
fun. you know?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I tweeted it like publicly, but I wanted to say that we are not trying to harass him or even to cancel him,
Yeah.
if that is a word here. He
Yeah.
he used to be our friend, and as a friend, we just want to keep him accountable. Like, that's what friends do. That's
Yeah.
what the
Pretty
show is
much.
about. I mean,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. That's what like, true brony friends do, like, unironically,
Mhm.
So we just
Yeah,
want
yeah, I
to
know.
keep our friend accountable for like we're just saying him, dude, you're doing a lot of really bad choices, really bad
Yeah.
things, and you're not a good person anymore. Maybe you can just stop for a second, contemplate on reflect on what you've done, and admit some of it, like speak up, or I don't know, just talk to us. What's your issue? What's with the ignoring everyone and blocking everyone? What's with
Yeah.
that, dude? We want to help you, but you just say like, no, this is you who are wrong, and that's
yeah.
all you say. And
That's kind of what I tried when this whole thing started between Makenshi and Artmin. You've read the screenshots of me like trying to be, hey, I think the screenshots are ages because I can't remember at all, but I think at some point I even said, hey, I think this whole thing might just be a misunderstanding, and if you two talk it out, it can be like resolved peacefully and all, but McKen like immediately shut that down with all the stuff from he like can't look at Arch, like even just seeing his name pop up like makes him feel bad, and to kinda what said about trust issues, well, but for what it's worth, I went out of this with trust issues to the point where like now I'm genuinely like treading carefully around people who I think are good and don't have a 100% confirmation that they're good, like
Yeah.
to the point where like in the afterwards I had like actual fucking like trust problems to the point where my girlfriend had to just calm me the fuck down because I was about to completely lose my shit over I have no idea who to even trust anymore.
And to be clear, I
And
think it's okay if if Makenshi wanted to block everybody or whatever, or take great offense and be very sensitive and all that. All that's perfectly fine, but you can't run both. You can't run basically the only two major brony music promotion things or websites or whatever I guess you could call it. You can't run both of those at the same time and then also do that. You just can't.
yeah.
And that's basically it.
Or in the case of HMH, you can't actively pursue to be the absolute, or in both cases, you can't like he was actively pursuing being the god emperor of Brony music promotion while he was doing all the like blocking and shadow banning. Like those two don't mix.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that. Yeah, like those two don't mix well. Yeah, I don't wanna and I'm gonna be straightforward here. I have a few people that well, it's not much people, but I have a few things on House Music Out I avoid writing about. Especially I have like my personal gripes with certain niche electronic genres, but while I don't like that and I don't think I could write about these genres, I hand them off to others. Like for example, DrakeEmber, he does fucking great articles about the equestrian terrorcore stuff that I couldn't write that way because simply it's not the part where I really like where I feel really comfortable with it and all that stuff. But just because I don't like it and I don't feel comfortable with it, that doesn't mean I think it should be like it should not be promoted. Like I just hand off the promotion to someone who's more dedicated to it, who has like higher understanding of it, while Makenshi in that case just decides to like not post certain people he has a problem with, which like I'm not a perfect person. I'm sure there's people who have certain problems with me, and I have problems with certain people, but at the end of the day, I couldn't give less of a shit if you like me or if you don't like me, or if I like you or don't like you. At the end of the day, you deserve your promotion, you deserve your articles, you deserve like the love your music, yeah. And fuck my personal opinion on you. You're the musician. You're the one who does all this creative work, and you deserve the articles, even if we don't see eye to eye. That's my mindset, and that's the mindset Makenshi should have, but instead he like goes throttle the other direction of I don't like you, therefore you don't deserve to have like any articles. You don't deserve to have your music out there, and you like don't deserve to actually be able to make pony music for an audience. Was another rant.
Well, you know,
That's okay. That's okay.
if we're
It's
feeling good
all-
about this, I think I'm ready. I have to drain the lizard, and yeah, I think we're good. I don't think there's really much else to say about it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. But like, it's all
I cannot think
it's
of
all
Right
that
now, because
need-
there's stuff that isn't public yet.
it needed to be said, like all of that
Yeah.
from everyone who contributed to the stream.
I think so too. Yeah, I think there was.
Yeah, what needed to be said was said, and I don't think there's anything public we missed.
Yeah, true. Even though there are like separate like responses to certain tweets in threads or something like that, but those like separate messages and not like points of attention for like separate threads from each person,
Yeah.
etc. So yeah,
That's
that's a pretty thorough analysis of the current situation, I would say. So
yeah. I mean there's always enough stuff in like bigger dramas like this where you could like, have, if you went through every single small tweet, you'd have like a 24 hours live stream, but
true.
that's really not needed here. We just want to give a like general display of the stuff that happened.
Yep.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to go over what was publicly available right now, and just kind of because I think this does provide a good general overview. But yeah, we had a bunch of people in chat today. We appreciate you all stopping by. A lot of people who aren't usually in chat, but we appreciate you stopping by and contributing to the stream. Yeah, we will see you all on the next one. I will be gone. I'm going to Furry Weekend Atlanta, so I will be in Georgia for the whole weekend. I will probably be really busy trying to make the most of that weekend since it's costing a lot of money. And we will.
I feel that.
Yeah, so I will probably be radio silent until Monday. We will see you all then. We will see you all next week with another slaughtering stream. Wednesday or Thursday. We'll decide when the next week comes, I guess. It'll probably be Thursday, to be honest with you. Yeah. All right. I'm cool with that. So we will see you guys later. Last thing. Hold up. Is it Bandcamp Friday? Nope, it's not Bandcamp Friday yet. It starts in 11 hours from now, because it starts simultaneously in all time zones. So regardless of time zones, it's from midnight to midnight Pacific time. So it's based in America. Okay, so tomorrow, Friday, it's Bandcamp Friday, where Bandcamp weaves the Bandcamp fees, and all the money goes towards the musicians directly with no fees whatsoever. They do that for third year now since the pandemic started. They keep doing every first Friday of every month, well, with some breaks. They do Bandcamp Fridays, so this is a perfect opportunity to support your favorite musicians on Bandcamp, to support them monetarily and give them some exposure, check out new music, because many musicians make music nowadays specifically for Bandcamp Fridays and dropping new singles, albums, and whatever specifically. So there's gonna be a lot of new music, a lot of old music. So this is probably the perfect day to support your favorite musicians. So yeah.
This Bandcamp Friday just throw a lot of money at musicians you like or new musicians you found. Just
what's his name?
Right.
Damn. I forgot what his name is. There's that dude with red OC Bad Pony. He always buys all
AWOL.
the brownie music. AWOL, yes.
AWOL, yes, AWOL. I was blank as well. Yeah, AWOL.
Yeah.
AWOL is
I remember
everywhere.
that meme this will be a nice addition to my collection or something like that.
Right.
Does this AWOL literally buy the entire fandom's worth of music? I think genuine question, because I think I've seen this Red Pony OC
I see him all the time.
Because Bandcamp gives you these
small avatars under
the small does, and he's everywhere. Maybe that's just me imagining right now, but I have the feeling he's everywhere.
He only has 7,574 releases in his collection. Oh, he already pre-ordered Zenith. Cool.
Of course he did.
Okay.
I am not even surprised.
We're gonna go ahead and cut her here. By the way, I just want to say super fast that this stream did not bring in more concurrent viewers than normal. So I was expecting that to be different. I expected there to be more concurrent viewers than normal, which is good. So we're not incentivized to do more drama streams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the regular the regular slaughtering streams bring in just as many viewers as this one did.
Or maybe it's the slaughtering streams that are now getting as much attention as the drama streams. So
there's also
maybe
that.
I mean, which again just incentivizes the slaughtering streams. So
There you go.
no bad things seen here, as far as I'm concerned.
Alrighty. So
for the
we
record,
will see you guys.
We're also doing music promotion here,
True.
in our own wicked and twisted way.
Yeah.
Which is kind of stupid, but yeah, we're doing our part, I guess.
Right.
Promotion.
That draft mom Nicholas or whatever the fuck he calls himself. That guy is we will promote him. He's got some little stuff here and there. But anyway, we will see you all next time, probably Wednesday next week. And we will be back with another slaughtering stream, checking out new music from bronies or not bronies, what the fuck ever, just small musicians in general, uncopyrighted shit. So, bye!